is this foolishness?
How many dreams can you shape in a minute, an hour?
The kind of clean you like best.
Lost 3 of my teeth, too. All right, sir, you lost. Next time you'll win.
Steamy, hot, hearty, delicious, invigorating.
Hi, everybody. Folks at home. How you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. I know we are. I want to wish you, first of all, a Happy New Year and welcome you to the first Ike Live of 2022. Isn't that amazing? 2022.
Yeah, it's going too quickly, man. Life's passing us by.
It is.
Just a weekend to be in.
Oh, my God.
It
dude,
is
right?
passing us by.
Yeah, such great energy to start the show off with.
I know. Everybody wants to kill themselves now.
Everyone climb in the bathtub
yeah,
now.
Cheers
and
to that.
Let it flow.
Let me real quick. Let me tell you about the show tonight. I'm going to intro the room. We got a good one for you tonight. I promise you. If you're watching sports, if Philadelphia Eagles fans are watching right now,
Who cares?
put it on one screen. But watch this. This
Are
is
they
a better
playing?
show.
Are the Eagles
They're
playing?
tonight
Oh, yeah.
instead of Sunday. Yeah. We have a great show. Joining us in our second segment, Matt Airy joining us, BASS Toyota Pro. It's going to be great. First time, Brian Carpenter, I believe. If I call Kleck, we've had Matt on the show. Is that right?
That is correct, Michael.
Very excited to have him here.
Yep.
Also, in the third segment, Dave, we all went to Triton.
Oh, goodness.
We know these guys personally, but we got two really interesting characters, the Belmar boys. Them Belmar boys joining us in the third segment. It's going to be interesting. And also, we have a special new correspondent,
Yes.
Powerbait Paul, joining us in just a little bit. So it's going to be a great show.
And, yep.
Yes. And sitting did you want me to say something?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sitting to my right, want to show the room real quick. We got the one and only John McGraw back in the house with us. John, you've been on Ike Live before, but is this your first? This is your first time in the new studio.
In the new studio.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
And on top of that, happy birthday, John! Had a
Yeah, it's
birthday
my
a couple
birthday.
days ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Half a century old.
that's right. John and Dave are both creeping up on Pete, who's in his at least 60s or 70s.
But for
so-
the people watching, this is obviously John, also known as Graw,
yes,
McGraw.
yes.
Just because we've referenced John probably 100 times, and
Yeah.
people who
John's
know.
got a lot of nicknames. If you go back in the annals of
man.
John,
No, I know he's got a nickname, but I'm saying the ones we call him on the show.
Yeah,
That's all. So people
that's
now
true.
can put a face
Yeah.
Right.
to the name.
Yeah,
That's
fastest man on campus.
Yeah.
Gay like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of different
Oh,
Jay.
Jay like that? I like that
Jay.
one. That was
Jay
new.
is
Jay
one.
like that?
That's what it clearly
called
that's
him
what I
Jay.
Is that what it
trying
was?
to say.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Let's go, Brandon. Just say.
Sitting to my left, man, I'm almost shocked and awed, but I'm so happy. Dave Brodzik, like 2 or 3 shows in a row with
Thank
us.
you. Thank
Dave,
you. Thank
glad
you.
to have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
I love it. We got 2 more in studio, and then we got 1 via Zoom. With in studio with us here, handling IMs and taking care of general business. Jake in the house with us tonight. Jake, how you doing?
Dave, got any new names for Jake tonight?
Any new names for Jake yet?
Either just Jake, Chalk Demon.
Chalk Demon.
Chalk Demon.
I like that one.
What do you think about that?
Write that down, Brian, so we can remember that.
Judge.
Chalk Demon.
That or just Jake?
Just Jake.
Yeah.
Nake, Yake.
Jake, I like Jake.
Nake Yake.
Yakum. I like that one. And, of course, producing the show, pushing buttons, making plays, Brian Carpenter with us tonight. Brian, I got to tell you, this new camera angle we're using tonight looks good, except for the naked wooden wall behind you. We have to fix that.
Maybe the
I have
camera.
been saying something for about, what, we here 2 years now?
Yeah, we need something on that back wall.
So is it the
No
camera
shit.
angle that's making his hat brim straight, or is that straight?
No, it's straight.
Oh, yo,
as an
dude.
arrow.
1 year ago today,
Yeah,
we had Oliver in studio.
we did.
That was 1 year ago today.
Oliver Knight. Wow.
yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and I got the hat on by accident.
Poor guy was here in this weather when he was here, and he couldn't catch a damn bass. That was I felt bad for him. I felt really bad. Last but not least, joining us via Zoom, the one and only, the Dean of Bishop versus Pete Klusick.
Pete.
How you doing, Pete?
Hey, guys.
How you doing tonight?
Hey, man, it's great. It's great to be here, and it's great to have you in studio, McGraw. I couldn't really see. Yeah, I couldn't really see on my Zoom feed over here, but I'm looking at you on my MacBook, and there you are, man. It's good to have you in studio. Miss you, man.
Oh, I miss you too, man.
All right, Pete. So we've got two of us now. I'm right here in a row. I'm centered by these two guys that are already 50. Any advice?
Whoa.
Any advice for these guys?
Don't stop moving. That's the best advice, man.
Don't stop moving?
No, Dave's screwed.
Don't stop moving, man. That's a mistake everybody makes. And my dad, who just turned 83.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Is hustling. He walks every single day.
It's awesome.
He drags my mom out, keeps her walking, and that's the key, man. So from here on out, man, you want to live strong till you're 83. Just keep moving.
So like, what does he mean? Like move away from the family? Or what are you talking about?
Keep moving. Move like 2-3 states.
Move to Florida.
Put a tracker in your pocket and just start walking.
Yeah.
Gotta be like Clun. You gotta be fishing tournaments till you're 75.
Jeez.
Just keep going, man. Just keep doing what you love.
Well, that's incredible. I was just going to say, speaking of Clun, John, you fished as a co-angler.
Yeah.
In your past, and you did. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you or did you not draw out Rick Clun as your pro twice?
I actually drew out Rick Clun twice in the same month.
Whoa! Twice in the same month. In the same year?
In the same year, in the same month, right?
Whoa.
I fished the Potomac as a co-angler, got him on the last day.
Yeah.
And then I fished Henderson, Henderson out in Tennessee, right?
Old Hickory.
Old Hickory, that's it. I'm sorry.
Old Hickory, yeah.
Old Hickory, and I got him on the first day.
Wow. Interesting dude, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. He's like, I don't really talk that much, right? I'm going to tell you, I got 2 casts. I expect you to be in the bottom of the boat, right? 2 casts. And I,
yeah,
down in the bottom, but
wow,
it was all business.
Yeah, a lot of covering water, constant movement.
Yeah. Like in Old Hickory, he actually came in second in that tournament, and he was throwing he was throwing a crankbait, and he was doing stuff about going up the brush piles, and it was all about hitting it at different angles. Yeah. He would come in nose into a brush pile, hit it in like 5 different angles.
Yeah.
And then go to the next one, right? Hit it with 5 different angles.
Wow.
And he was catching 4s. Yeah. He was coming in with 18, 19.
Yeah, on that place, that's really good. Yeah. I gotta tell you, Brian, we've been super fortunate. We talked about this a couple shows ago, but dude, we've had guests on this show that are like the guys that are the heroes of the sport. Like we had Roland and Jimmy and Zell Roland. I mean, all these guys, Denny Brower. We've had so many amazing historical anglers on the show. We have to get Clun.
I know.
That is so much a priority.
We've had
for
them,
2022.
but we need them like in studio.
In studio.
Yeah.
Like in studio would be so much better.
For real.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like that one will be on a Wednesday. I don't know. Just maybe my crystal ball.
What do you say? We're purposely going to schedule that one on the day?
You're going to purposely schedule
it. We wouldn't do that. No. Now, here's the thing, though. I honestly have I've probably, like, when Denny came on, and maybe Jimmy and Roland, I was slightly intimidated. But I think I would be the most quiet I've ever been on Nike Live Show if he came in, especially if he was in studio. I think I would just be like, it would be like dead air.
That's not possible.
I don't know.
I've never seen.
Well, let me tell you this.
Make a lot of noise.
It'd probably be like the first time Danielson saw Miyagi trimming the tree. Mesmerized by it, dude. He wasn't saying nothing. He wasn't complaining about getting beat up.
Well, I can tell you this. I don't know if I ever admitted this before. I'm going to admit it now talking about him.
Admit it.
When I was fishing the elites, and whenever I would happen to be in bag line, like right in front of them or especially like just right behind them, dude, I was always still kind of like giddy, like, oh, like that's Clun. Oh my God, he's right there.
Dude, I was freaking out.
You know what I mean?
I was
you
freaking
had to
out.
be freaking out.
Dude, I was out of my mind, man.
Wow.
Like every bad cashier, like he thinks I blow.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he would come up. He would just like turn around and make like a 3-sentence comment, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you should be throwing a buzzbait right now." I was like,
And that was just him giving you subterfuge.
A rush for a buzzbait.
That was just him subterfuging you. So when he doubles
"Oh
back,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter, dude."
Yeah. He was.
McGraw, did you catch any big fish behind him that he could have used or anything like that? Did that happen?
Nah, man, I got a great story though. I caught one good fish at Hickory, right, and I had a small limit on the Potomac, right, but there was a guy in an aluminum boat. Him and his buddy comes over with like cut off teeth, he just redneck
Just
from the
having
middle, out
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
He was sitting there watching Clun all the way around. He comes over with like a 7-pounder, dude. It was like, it was huge. It was like a 6-pounder. He's like, dude, thanks for showing me how to catch them. Right?
Oh,
And I was like, oh. And I looked at Rick, and he didn't even turn around. He didn't say a word to the guy. Didn't even acknowledge him. And he was just like,
man.
Go. And I was like, whoa. And the worst part about it is like he broke one off that day, and he's like, I never break one off. And then he lost by like less than like 5 or 6
I
ounces.
remember that
That's
one
a
was
shame.
super close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
That's neat.
Yeah. He's won a lot though. He's won.
Yeah.
He's won more, Pete. Correct me if I'm wrong. More than a lot of guys ever in the history of bass fishing. So.
Yeah,
He's had a great career.
2 or 3. He's definitely up there. He's going to turn 76 this year during the season.
Wow.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Correct.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
Let me go through an amazing list of sponsors of the show real quick, and this show for sure couldn't happen without them. AFCO, brand new sponsor here in 2022. I'm wearing AFCO right now. I'm wearing some of the Ike gear. Head over to AFCO.com and check it out. Man, we got some great stuff over there. Also, Pete, Bass University, supporter of the show. Pete, I know you got some good stuff floating around right now. What do you got with BU?
Well, we got our Bass University. We're going virtual, and we're going to be virtual all next weekend, guys. So come join us. Go over to bassuniversity.com and get yourself a couple of tickets. They're $24.99 for subscribers. They're $49.99 if you're not a subscriber. So get subscribed. Go over to bassu.tv, get subscribed, and come join us. We've got a great bunch of classes. We have JT coming, Wes Logan, Brian Thrift, John Murray, Matt Herron. They're all going to be with us in Alabama, and that's going to be on January 15th and January 16th. And then the next weekend, we are going to be, we have classes on the 22nd, 23rd. Of course, we're going to be all virtual, so it don't matter where they are. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to have a front row seat. And the following weekend, we've got Patrick Walters is going to be with us. Yeah, we love Patrick. Such a great teacher on the cutting edge, especially with sonar. John Cruz, our old friend, is going to be there. Our own GDP is going to be doing his first seminar for Bass University on the 22nd. And I see Matt Airy on the list, who are going to be with us tonight. And Brandon Cobb is also going to be with us. So that's all going to be on the 23rd. So come and check it out. Get your tickets over at thebassuniversity.com and get yourself subscribed over bassu.tv. If you can't make any of these Zoom seminars, all this content is available to make you a better angler at bassu.tv right now, 60 days free. So go check it out.
I like it.
Signed up.
And it's a good time to learn right now, man. Things are frozen. There's snow out. It's too cold to fish, right? It's a good time to learn. This is brought to you by Mystery Tackle Box, John McGraw. I know you know that, but they are the presenting sponsor of the show. We will be doing an unboxing a little later in the third segment. It's going to be really good.
That's awesome.
But listen to me. You've heard it before. It's like Christmas to your doorstep once a month. If you want to get Mystery Tackle Box tonight, go over there. When the show's over, go over to mysterytacklebox.com. Use the promo code IkeLive, and you get 30% off your first Elite box or 50% off your first Pro box. Dude, that's half off, Dave. That's
deep.
crazy.
That's deep.
Super deep discounts.
Yeah, right.
Also brought to you by Tin Cup Whiskey. You might have noticed already. We've already broken into the Tin Cup tonight.
Yeah.
Man, the Tin Cup's so good. It's smooth, American-style whiskey. But listen to me. Here's the big news. Tin Cup is going to be at the Bassmaster Classic this year. So we're keeping our fingers crossed with COVID. Everything hangs tight. But if you're at the Classic, swing by the Tin Cup booth. They're going to be doing casting games, samples, giveaways, What else, Bri? Tin Cup Girls.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Girls.
Pasties. All kinds of cool things going on over at the Bassmaster Classic.
Speaking of girls, shout out to Beck for getting us live on YouTube. We weren't live on YouTube. Now we are.
We are live on YouTube. Okay, there you have
Good
it.
work, Beck.
I almost wish I was going. I almost wish I was going to the Classic just to hang out with the Tin Cup guys.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
No other reason except
You
go there
already
for that.
decided you're not going?
I'm working.
I didn't check the dates, but
Work.
work.
All right. And last but not least, and I saved this for the end because I want to do this live.
Do it live, Mike.
Yeah.
Ike Live's brought to you by Founders. They've been a great supporter of the show almost from day one, and they have a great beer. Brian the Carpenter.
Yes?
What do I have in my hand here? This is something special. I've never seen a yellow can.
It's the
What do we got
all-day
here?
Haas.
All
Really?
day Haas.
Haze.
Haze.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
H-A-Z. This is brand new from
Z-A.
Founders. Also want to make an announcement here. Next week, we have another new one dropping, which is, how do you say that, Bri?
Fruit.
Fruitwood.
Fruitwood.
Front.
Fruitwood.
Blood Fruitwood, which has maple syrup.
Weren't
in
you
it.
like magna cum laude at fucking college? You couldn't pronounce.
That was all sham. I'm not smart. All right, here it goes. First time ever.
Did you hear that?
Is that good?
Wow.
I told you it's good.
Dude, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely you can taste that haze in it.
Yeah, the Haas.
The Haas, yeah. Wow. I'm already giving this 5 stars out of 5. Brand new all day haze beer from Founders. It's great. Oh, man, that's good.
Dude, that's
Oh my God.
awesome.
Wow.
Did you record that there,
taste it.
Brian?
You gotta
Did you
taste
record
it.
that?
That's good.
I said, did you record that? That
Corn
was actually.
liquor. All right.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, John.
I know.
in
We're
case
on
you're wondering.
YouTube. We're everywhere.
I have no idea.
All right, before we get the real show started, we want to thank our men and women in the military, active and veterans. Thank you guys for what you do. It's a crazy world. Also want to thank our policemen or firemen or EMT. Thank you guys, doctors. Thank you guys. It's a crazy world. We got Pete. I want to tell you, and not right now, but in a little bit, we got a new segment for the Ike Live show, and we have a special correspondent.
Yes.
That's going to be checking in with us each week. So Power Bay Paul is going to be checking in
Each
with
week
us.
on a monthly show.
Each week on a monthly show. He's going to be checking in with us. And we're going to be asking Paul each week to give us an update.
Once a month.
Once a month.
Each week.
Each week. We have no idea what that means.
I mean, by the time he gets on next time, there'll be 6 more variants of this of the COVID.
And the fish will be spawning.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It'll be Delta Lamb Pie next.
It'll be lambda,
I can't wait
lambda.
to hear what you
In the
guys
middle of an ice storm on Erie.
The Omega Moose, the Omega Moose coming up.
There's going to be a lot of stuff. Let me also remind you, if you're watching over on Facebook tonight, we do have a Facebook like and share contest. And all you have to do right now, if you're watching on Facebook tonight, all you have to do is like and share the feed. If you do that, you're entered in a chance to win the Ike Live gift bag. This is a famous gift bag packed with Ike Live sponsors. Probably weighs about 30
There'll be at least
high 20s,
yeah.
something like that.
Well, there'll
So-
be 12 empty smashed cans of Founders.
Right.
You mentioned
all-day haze.
Facebook, Mike. You know,
Yeah.
at some point, we would be actually be able to go on to with VR and actually do an Ike Live on VR through avatars. People are doing stand-up comedy through that right now.
Wow.
Really?
We could do an Ike Live through VR, and people with VR
man.
This
would
is
be
way-
able to come in and be in the room like with us while we're doing
Is
it.
that technology awkward? Isn't
No,
techno? I think
no.
technology in general is awkward, though.
That's not. I mean, my son has it, and when he's not home, I mess with it all the time.
Do you wake up like hours later, or I mean,
No,
does
I
it
wake
take
up
you
early just to get on it.
Really?
But you won't go fishing. You won't wake up early, late. You won't even even if you're not awake all day.
I would do that.
What, fish?
Yeah,
When?
sometimes.
His avatar is going to be in the boat.
Fake. Right. What Dave's trying to tell you here is fake fishing is way better than real fishing.
Because
That's
if
what
you
we're-
ain't
that's what
catching
we're
them, I
trying
can
to say
switch
here.
right over to a rifle in my hand, and I can provide cover when the bird's coming in to extract us. All right?
You'd have like a stormtrooper suit.
Oh my God! Come on, guys, let's go. You know, like
I don't know. Do you see the day coming? This is a question for Pete. Pete, do you see the day coming when this technology, you're talking about VR, you're talking about this stuff, where this technology comes over to the bass boat world? Do you see that day when you put on a set of goggles and instead of having to look down at the screen, all that information is right there, right in?
Oh wow!
Do you see that day coming, Pete?
Yeah, well, you know what? I was thinking that we would be able to use it to teach in a way that we've never been able to teach before, and bring people into a virtual environment, and
pretty cool.
Real like great one where you're snapping your bait out of the grass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to demonstrate that and show the reaction of the lure and allow those students to see what's taking place. I think, I think that's something that that's going to be big time, for moving us to the next level when it comes to teaching.
It's coming.
Yeah, they got that already, just so you know.
They do?
Yeah, I already got one.
What do you mean?
I got an underwater drone with a VR camera. So you can drive around and follow fish, baits, whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, I wonder if that will be specifically outlawed. Because when the drones came out, guys were starting to use them instantly.
For beds?
For bed fishing.
Yeah.
And, I think a tournament later, they were banned. I think Polinick was an early adapter of that and used it in a tournament to look. And then the very next event, I remember Bass, announcing that they had to put the kibosh on that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they use cameras and stuff like that to put on your glasses to troubleshoot, if you have a breakdown for your motor and you're out in the middle of a lake.
And you got somebody from India that's talking to you through your glasses.
You could have that, right? Or you have one of the guys actually through there, right?
Yeah.
Has one of the guys in the Yamaha.
Yeah.
One of the guys in the Yamaha crew, right? Are sitting there with a video camera in the feed and they're looking at, now do this to your left, and you might be able to actually fix your engine. You know what I mean? If you're out in the middle and you can't get any,
I don't know.
you can't get it.
I do think
this
whole argument is the argument when we had Randy Blockett on 3 or 4 months ago. Very anti. He had an argument for anti-technology. Get back to just fishing. I agree. I mean, I agree with that a little bit.
There's no money in that, though. Nobody can sell you nothing.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Imagine Pete's VR, like bifocal VR, but he can see over and still see you with his real eyes. All right,
The eyes are he's just.
Yeah.
Pete's avatar is the Wawa Hoagie lady.
Wilford Brimley?
He won't even have one. It'll be like the generic symbol of the things. He'll never know how to make an avatar.
There's no
Pete's voice with the metaverse symbol. But dude, there's nothing more angering than when you talk to that person from India and you're trying to settle something and they don't know what you're talking about because they'll say, "Okay, thank you for that information, Mr. Broderick." And I'm like, "You don't even know what I just said. We're going to go through all of this again." Dude.
No, wait, hold on. You just brought something up, and I got to out you now that we're live here.
Hit it.
I have to out Brian the Carpenter.
Me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Brian the Carpenter comes here the other day. I got to out you on this, man. It's your own fault.
You were out me.
No, I got to out you on this one. You can out me on something else. So Brian the Carpenter's here the other day, and we're getting some audio stuff fixed, blah, 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 blah. And he's here, and his phone is ringing nonstop. And now I got to admit, Bry's busy with work right now. A lot of it's work-related, but a lot of it are these calls, and he's getting so mad at these calls. He's borderline wants to throw the phone down on these calls.
If it rings one more time.
And I'm like, it's your own fault because, I don't spend that much time with Brian in the car driving. But, the last 5 or 6 times I've been in the car with him, he answers the calls.
I did a couple times.
So that's what's happening. Once you answer it, it's like.
Did you see what the calls come through now? They come through as a person's name.
Right.
Oh, really?
Because you're on the list of dumb guys that answer the phone and talk.
That's what we're doing? Okay. All right. I got you. Speaking of dumb folks, stick around for segment 3. You're going to see the stupidest thing a professional bass angler has ever done.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree. That's true.
Brian's phone.
Yeah, you're right. That's going to be way more dumb.
Brian's phone with the vibrating when you're around him. It's almost like he's an Afghanistan special ed teacher for bomb making, and they're all calling the teacher to figure out.
Oh my God. Wow.
Well, Pete, we took some heat off you for a minute.
Yeah, we did.
I was starting to feel bad. Pete's sitting in 20 miles away and everybody's hammering.
But once again, let me throw technology under the bus again.
Okay.
Dude, we all remember the day when there was no cell phones. There was none of this crap.
Best days of our lives.
Yeah, you could go fishing and have an 8 or 10 hour day with no interruptions, dude. Just you and the fish and just having chat. One
of Brian's most prolific things he's ever said. We were young, and we were sitting at a red light on our way home from fishing before cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, man, dude, he's like, the freedom of just, it's 6 o'clock. No one wants to know where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to go out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's all gone, man.
It's
gone. You know, like, them phones would have run.
We were in between mom and wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The glory years.
The glory
dude.
days.
But I messed it up, but I know where, I even know the intersection we were at, dude, when he said it. It was
and even earlier than that, and Pete, I know you can relate to this too. Like the days when we didn't even drive yet, and we were getting rides to lakes. Like I remember wading the banks at Almanesson with McGraw early on.
That's where he got hooked, man.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
And they were just that's what it was all about, those early days, you know.
Yeah, those are good days.
Very fond of my memory, yeah.
Uncle Don in the van, remember? He used to put the freaking crawdad in back.
Oh, yeah.
And drop us off at, like, Wilson's.
Wilson's,
yeah. Man.
All the classics.
Dave, whose rod did your mom break into? Tom's.
A Berkeley Phaser.
Yeah, Phaser. Graphite Phaser.
I don't know, but
I remember breaking Rick King's dad's
decapitated.
Rod. Man, I remember that at Stella's.
It was cold.
It was cold.
I remember that.
Yeah. What you set a hook or just stepped on it?
I don't remember.
I was a cast or a hook set. Yeah.
I don't remember.
But anyhow,
rods were tricky back then.
All our best spots back then had one thing in common.
Yeah.
Private.
Oh, yeah. No trespass. If it had a no trespassing sign,
that's where we wanted to be.
So for you young guys listening, imagine a day where you could trespass. There were no game cameras. No one had a Ring doorbell to catch you.
Yeah.
No one had phones to call the neighbor to say someone was on your property.
Yeah. I mean, back
but it still was. I mean,
it's harder to trespass.
You could get beat up back then. You can't get beat up now. You know. I mean, we did stuff and we got beat up by adults for doing stupid stuff. You can't get away with that now.
Remember that Puerto Rican smashed me, man, when we threw snowballs at his car?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could get beat up.
Yeah, I got wrecked. Dude, Mike, you weren't there. We were at Triton at the end of Pine, where there used to be woods there. Now there's a couple McMansions, and that's where we were throwing snowballs. We had just played snow football, so we were all soaked. But I had these giant boots.
Yeah, you was slow.
This dude was coming in like a maroon LTD with the windows down, and I couldn't throw, but someone threw a rocket and busted him right in the face.
Oh,
he locks up the brakes, slides sideways, gets out, and hits on. Everyone books, and I'm trying to run. Now, I'm like, I'm the last
concrete
one.
shoes
dude.
on.
I am the last one.
Oh,
dude,
man.
he tackled me, smashed my face in the snow, and gave me about 15 to the body.
Oh, man.
Got up, got back to his car.
The good old days.
I look up, all these guys are like looking at me from behind cars.
They're peeping behind.
And they're like slowly walking up to me. I'm like, get off me, man. I couldn't even scream for help because he pushed my face into the
ribs.
snow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I got lit up, dude.
Oh, man. The good old days. Let me remind you also, if you're watching tonight, we do want to hear from you. In fact, Brian, in the third segment, listen to this. We are going to be patching you through. If you're watching right now and you want to be on the show, we're going to be patching you through in the third segment via Zoom. Is that correct, Brian Carpenter?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And if you're good and we like you, you're going to win a prize. If you come on and you suck, you don't get anything. We're going to kick you right off. But if you're good and you have some, some educated stuff to say, we're going to give you a prize.
Can it be people we don't know too? Like none of like.
Yeah, no.
I'd
rather
I'm putting the link up,
yeah.
man. Whoever wants to jump on.
All right, and that's going to be in the third segment.
Yeah, we'll have fun with it.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Not you.
Yeah. All right. So, John, I got to ask you. Your birthday is interesting date. What's your birthday? Tell everybody.
December 31st.
December 31st. So you're telling me your birthday is
on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you do this year on New Year's Eve?
I did nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Right. So it's funny, man.
Yes.
So when you're out with all your your friends, your boys or whatever, right? You always figure out something to do. You go out, you have a good time, and whatever else. But you start getting a little bit older, right? And you start looking at it in perspective.
Yeah.
And the perspective is like everybody celebrates the end of your birthday. Your birthday's over. And they're all kissing, they're cheering, right? And I was like, oh, yeah. And then this year I actually hit it a little bit harder because it was 50. And I'm like, God,
yeah,
dang.
Yeah.
Right? That's hard, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So like Pete said, man, I'm going to start running.
All right.
I'm going to keep moving,
Keep
working
moving.
out.
Working out.
Yeah, keep the body. I got to get the body back.
Good for you.
I like it. Dave, did you do anything special on New Year's this year?
Yeah, one of David's friends had people over the house in town. We went over there and
Okay.
I suffered till about 1 a.m.
Okay. So you were actually social on New
Yeah,
Year's Eve?
yeah, I was somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, it was cool. They was a great house, great food.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I did. So we went to the Poconos.
Oh, okay.
We took the kids skiing on
Nice.
on New Year's Eve, Friday, right? Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Took the kids skiing, which was great. And our plan was to have like just a celebration in this house. We went in a cabin. It was super awesome. The neighbors, this is in the Poconos. You got to imagine it's in a valley in this little creek. So the neighbors, like I don't know, 2 or 3 houses down, must have had the gang load of fireworks. So they started shooting them off like about, I don't know, let's say about like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Well, dude, we brought Quincy with us. We brought the dogs. It was a dog-friendly house. Dude, I felt so bad because he was shivering.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dude, lightning's cool, but gunshots and fireworks, no go, dude.
Yeah, my dogs are the same way.
So me and Becky and I literally spent New Year's like trying to calm this dog down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But what we did though, so then the next day I woke up, I went trout fishing on New Year's Day, which was great, which was awesome. But we celebrated New Year's Eve on New Year's Day. So we did it again. The next day there were no neighbors. They had left. There were no fireworks. Yeah. And we just got dressed and celebrated like a day later.
Excuse my language.
It was good. Yeah, it was nice. Banging on pots and pans and, the normal.
I don't want to black pill New Year's Eve, but like I don't get it. Like to me, it's like a winter league fishing tournament, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just why are we like never had fun on New Year's Eve unless I was at a house. Like your house parties were fun back when you used to do them, but like going to a bar and stuff, that never was fun. Yeah, it just seemed like I don't know. I'm sorry, people.
Pete, is New Year's Eve less important now since COVID?
Man, it's trickier now. I know for us, like it's crazy. Like the whole neighborhood around here, which we usually would get together and do something, but everybody was quarantining. Like this house had COVID. The neighbors across the street were all covered up with it. Jake was sick, and it's changed a little bit. Obviously, it's changed a lot for everybody, but it's going to get back. Yeah. We had a blast though. I mean, we went out and Jake and I went out and just took a walk around at midnight, and some of our neighbors were shooting off fireworks, and we got to watch that. And it was just fun, but it was really, really low key here. I'm enjoying it. Jake was sick through most of it, and he's feeling better. Of course, he gave it to me, so now I'm going to give it to Shelly, and we're just going to keep passing it around.
Pass it back and forth. Yeah.
Yoshi.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Now,
but it was fun.
I want to know.
Nice time.
I want to know. Question to our Jake here. Was this your first New Year's in your new house, or is this your second?
It was our first New Year's in the house.
Yeah. How'd that go? Did you guys like party like rock stars, or just chill out, or what you guys do?
No, we still went to my friend's house. A couple people got together, drank a lot of beer and whiskey.
Nice.
Barely made it till midnight.
Yeah. Brian the Carpenter. New Year's Eve.
Sleep by 10. Maybe sooner.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty proud of it. No, well, Heather gave herself a concussion. She suicided her head into something at work, so she's been about almost 3 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah,
she's still feeling crappy?
Yeah, she
must have hit it hard.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
So there was no fun to be had. There was probably going to be no fun, but there was definitely no fun.
There was the exclamation point.
Took all the guesswork out.
Yeah. That's it.
Hello, Fifi.
Good
Hello,
to see you,
old friend.
Yeah. Where you been?
I'll be out in the garage sharpening hooks.
Sharpening hooks. In a second, when you're ready, we're going to get Paul on here in a second.
Yes.
We're going to get very excited. Let me, I know I mentioned it earlier, Pete, but I want to give everybody just a little insight. We've got Powerbait Paul coming on. And if you don't know, Paul is what I would call a local internet sensation. I would go that far. And so I knew about Paul, but it was interesting because the first time I met Paul, I was out throwing a swim bait on a local lake. I won't even say the name of the lake, John, live.
You definitely won't say the name.
I don't want to blow.
John will be seeing this for the first time, so
yeah,
you can.
I still don't want to say the name of the lake.
Don't say the name.
And we're out there throwing a trout swim bait, throwing it, and this is exactly how it happened. I'm not kidding you. We're throwing around all day, and we start to get back up toward the dam, and I'm throwing this thing, and just, dude, when you throw it, it's like, just, it's like explosion when it hits the water. And I see this dude on the bank, and I'm like, man, that looks like that. I'm like, I swear that looks like that dude, Powerbait Paul, from Instagram. And that's what I was thinking in my mind. And as I got closer, I saw his hat, and he wears a Nike hat a lot, and it's the navy blue one. I saw the hat, and I'm like, I bet you that is Paul. And just about then, he kind of says, yo, Ike. And I was like, hey, yo, man. And we started talking, and he's like, hey, do you mind if I come over and get a picture? I'm like, nah, come on over, right? So he's on the dam, and he's walking around to get to this dock. And as he's walking, I'm not kidding you, I lob one more cast, just for the hell of it. I'm like, let me make one more cast, and I'll meet Paul over there in the dock. I make this cast, and I don't know, I got about 5-6 turns on it, and dude, it's like I hit a brick wall. I'm not kidding you. I've been throwing it all day. I didn't feel anything like there's no cover down there or anything, right? And it's just like, it just stopped. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
Huh. I leaned into it, and I was nervous and panicking, and Brian's fumbling with the net as usual. And
Brian was in the boat?
Brian was in the boat with me. And
all
we
right.
net this thing, and it was amazing because it was this, it's hard to catch them big ones in South Jersey, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So this all happened, and Paul's standing there on the dock, and it was cool because I like literally unhooked it and like went up to the dock and jumped out on the dock with Paul and took a picture of the fish. So that was our official introduction.
That's awesome.
Which was great. But I'm excited if you're watching and listening tonight and you don't know Paul, I want you to go over to his Instagram, which is Powerbait_Paul. Check him out over on Instagram. But Paul agreed to be our new official Ike Live correspondent in 2022. I'm so excited. Yes. All right, let's bring Paul on right now. Paul! Where is he, Brian? Where is he? There he goes. Powerbait Paul, everybody. Yes. How you doing tonight, man?
So stoked to be here. First off, I just want to say thank you so much, Mike, for this opportunity. Like, this is incredible. This is cool.
Well,
so.
It's my pleasure, and I want to tell you this, Paul. You represent not just South Jersey, but you represent hardcore fishermen all over the world. You really do, because I see you out there grinding on days where it's nasty weather, nice weather, everything in between. I love that about you. And I also love the fact that you don't have a $100,000 bass boat. You just you fish off the bank. You do whatever you can do just to go fishing. And I appreciate that. I love that.
Yeah, I'm the official South Jersey pond hopper around here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, Paul, before we get into, and we're going to be doing this, I did a Freudian slip earlier, and I said every week. I meant you're going to be with us every month. But give us, people watching tonight that don't know you, give us a little background. How'd you get started fishing? Give us all that stuff real quick.
So my dad, he's the one that really got me into fishing, and I started around 12 years old. And I'm only going to drop the name of one fishing spot because it's a big spot, Yeah. He used to work at Progresso, and so you got South Vineland Park right across the street from there.
Heck yeah.
So after he gets done work, me and him would go over there, hit that little pond, and we'd just be catching, tons of bass. I got my first bass there ever on a Zoom Lizard, soft plastic Zoom Lizard.
Heck yeah.
And ever since then, I've been hooked. It's fishing. It's like, to me, reeling in a fish is like opening a Christmas present. You don't know what it is until you get your hands on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the bigger the fish feels, the bigger the box is. It's so exciting,
Yeah.
The unpredictability and the mystery of it all,
Yeah. All right, now, Paul, I know this is going to come through the message board, so I might as well go ahead and ask it. How did you get the nickname Powerbait, Paul? Give that story to us. Where'd that come from?
So, my go-to bait of all time, if I could only use one bait, 7-inch red shad Berkeley power worm.
Heck yeah!
That's a good
Heck
one.
yeah! Hold on, a round of applause for that one, everybody.
That's a really good one.
I'll give a solo applause for
Oh,
that.
Dave's giving it a solo.
Yeah,
now that means that's special.
That's solid.
Well, blue
Wow.
flag.
Yeah.
Blue flag. Oh.
Well, that's
Berkeley,
a good.
Berkeley power worm, all-time favorite.
Wow.
Got my first ever.
Hi,
Got my last summer in July. I got my first ever 6-pounder on a Berkeley power worm from the bank.
That is
that bait.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
I actually got a bag right here with me, of my collection of baits I want to go over that I did the best with in 2021, and Berkeley power worms right at the top.
Heck yeah. Okay, so Dave, for this week, and this is the great thing, I want everybody listening and watching to know that every week we're going to be asking Paul to give us an update, to give us just an update on what's going on. So you're going to hear different stuff. You might hear the next show, you might hear how the fishing report is. Next week after that, Paul might fill us in on a new metal song. Who knows? It's
right,
be,
folks.
It's
Every
going to be a
week, once a
grab
month.
bag. Yeah, it's going to be a grab bag stuff. But
Which lime hides the scent better?
right, yeah. I mean, who knows? This is a potpourri of things. But Paul, this week, I want you to give it to us. Give us your top 3 or 5 baits of 2021. You're as hardcore as they come. How many days a week do you fish, by the way? You fish, what would you call it, 3, 5?
It depends on the season. During the winter time, I'll go maybe once a week, or of course weekends, because I'm off on all weekends. So of course I get out there on the weekends, but not counting weekends. That's a given. During the winter, I want to say maybe once or twice. During the fall and spring, I want to say like 4 days a week minimum.
Okay. Yeah.
And then during the summertime, during the summertime when it gets really hot, like in July, I'll go out. I get done work at midnight, so I'll go out after night and start throwing top water.
Heck
and
yeah.
that was my ticket this summer. This summer it got really tough in July. I caught hardly almost anything but like small bass, like 1 pound and smaller. So starting in August, me and my buddy from work, we would go out after night or after work at nighttime, throwing top water, catching largemouth bass. My biggest one was about a 4.5 pounder on a top water.
Heck yeah.
And a little bit of schoolie stripers mixed in with that too, because on one side of the road is freshwater pond, on the other side is brackish with stripers. So it was a good one.
Oh, I like
Say,
that.
Paul, you got to pick it up a little bit. Buddy of ours, Wawa Hoagie Lady, a.k.a. John Valdez, he fishes 4 days a week during the work week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's going to pick it up. Yeah. Shun responsibilities. It's all about catching that fish.
Screw your boss over. Shun responsibilities. You know how it is.
You just got to find a way, man.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. All right, Paul, give it to us from. Do it in reverse order. Let's do the number 1 bait for you last. So let's start at 3 or 5 and work the other way.
Dude, what's the deal with 4?
Well, I got the collection right here. I showed it on Instagram. I want to say the bait I did the least good with. Now, I know you love Rapala, Mike. You always showing off, the shad racks, the DTs, and all that. But the one bait, this is my favorite Rapala, and this is a bait I never see anybody ever talk about, but I love this thing. The Rapala BXW Waking Minnow.
Yeah, BX Waking Minnow. Yes.
Yep, it's a wake bait. You can see this thing's got some battle scars.
Oh yeah.
Love this thing. It's big, and yet it's not too big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fished from the bank. I seen a 2-pound bass literally has eyes glued to this thing. I was reeling it all the way to the bank, and normally the bass would see me and take off, but no, his eyes was glued to this thing. It wasn't looking at me, and it just went, and I just hooked him and flipped him. It was crazy.
Wow.
That was my first fish on this thing.
You had that fish possessed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He was possessed.
I love this.
But that's your your least favorite though.
Out of the top. Out of the top.
Oh, okay.
Out of the top.
I'm going by how my most productive baits, like most.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's a good one. All right, what do you got
And
next,
then
Paul?
after that, these. Believe it or not, I get a lot of bass on a small stream in these little cream grubs, 2-inch grubs. With,
old school grub. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blue one for clear water. Nice little chartreuse one for the muddy water, dirtier water.
Heck yeah.
Yep, all kinds of stuff. I even caught fall fish, crappie, catfish, all kinds of stuff. Grab these.
I can tell you this. From back in the day, we used to fish a lot of grubs early in our career, or in our fishing. Yeah. And they do catch anything that swims. I'd agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you said early in our career, like
early
any
in
of
our
us
careers.
here have a career.
Yeah. How about this? How about you just go singular? Earlier in my career.
Early in my career.
Yeah. While you guys were standing in my shadow.
We were like his sparring partners.
Yeah, right. When I knocked you out at 50%.
You turned my minimum wage into $3.50 instead of $6 because we're giving you all our money.
All right, Paul, keep going.
So my next bait I really love is the red eye shad chartreuse spinner bait from Strike King.
Spinner bait, good old spinner bait. Yeah, safety pin
I
stuff.
love Strike King. They're one of my favorite brands in the spinner bait. I like to tip it with a 3.8-inch electric shad chartreuse Kitech. Swing impact Kitech.
Heck yeah.
There's another good one I did good on, especially in the spring. When bass are starting to become active again.
Yeah.
Starting to chase and feed up for the spawn.
Yeah.
This was good search.
Look at the side. Hold that up one more time, Paul. Look at this. Look at the profile on that. Pete Glusick, you want to chime in on this? Look at the sheer length and profile of that spinner bait.
That's a giant bait to
that's
be
what
kicking around on these small waters.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, I'm giving you an honest analogy. I would just have a trailer hook behind the skirt, but all of a sudden there's this big giant swim bait. I like that.
I mean, Mike, big baits equal big fish. One of my best buddies throws big glide baits, and that's all he ever does. But he catches monsters. So I figure this swim bait is going to be at more action and attract the bigger fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to go for.
Hold on a second,
It'll
Paul.
give you more buoyancy, especially up from the bank. You can fish that at a reasonable speed, shallower.
Hey Pete.
So,
Pete.
nice
Hey Pete, real quick. Can you take both of your hands and put them up left and right of your face, right about nose level? Just make fists and hold them right there, right about nose level. Yeah, you look like you remember Kilroy. Remember Kilroy was here.
Yeah, we have some font issues here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the computers. Anyhow, thanks. Thank you, Pete.
Yeah.
All right.
That meant a lot to me.
Glad it could help.
Continue, Paul.
All right. Let's see. The next one.
Sorry.
I'm sure a lot of youngsters, they love Guggen, and I love it because it produces so good for me. Bandito bug. One of my favorite plastics. Okeechobee craw, favorite color. What I do is a lot of people Texas rig them, but honestly, I just like just a 1/8 ounce jig head by Kitech. Just run it through, exposed hook. This also does good in muddy water. I got a 5-pounder in a small stream on this thing.
Oh,
trespassing?
No.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, why do you say it with such disdain?
Yeah.
You should be like, nah, dude, not this time. That should have been the answer.
That's why I said.
Okay.
There you go.
And then something similar.
Paul, before you get to your number one, though, tell us, because we're going to do a drum roll sound effect before you get to your number one.
Jake, you're up.
Well, I have like 3 more baits to go.
Okay.
Which was like, dang. So like tied for first? I felt like we already did a bunch.
They're not really top 5. I was a bunch. And then the black and blue jig with the
classic
Bandito.
Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah. That's a classic.
Blue jig. Can't go wrong with that.
No, never.
And then this bait here, this is what I got my BB on in Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
6.5 pounder. It's not my favorite. I want to say it's probably my second favorite. The green jig with a Guggen Kraken Crawl trailer.
Oh.
I trim it down so that just the pinchers are sticking out to reduce the tail biters, and to get a better hook set. You know what I mean?
So, Paul, let's talk about that just real quick, how that event played out. And real quick, just,
Okay.
You were there from the bank and there was an event going on?
Yeah. So a buddy of mine had hand-carved a wake bait, and he messaged me that he's going to give it to me, but he wants me to meet me at a certain pond and where he's fishing a tournament with his buddies. So I'm like, all right, I'll head over there. Cast it around the bank. I meet up with him, we say hi and stuff. He gives me my bait, and I'm still fishing along the bank. And fishing this certain spot, and I hooked something, and I thought it was a clump of grass. And then I see this big mouth coming right at me. I'm like, oh my God, that's a 6-pounder. As soon as I see that head, hook pops out. I was fuming. I just lost my PB. So, but you know what? Not even 5 minutes later, I tried the same bait, same spot, thinking another fish will come by. That same fish, I kid you not, same fish comes back for it, and just a little bit farther out. And as soon as I seen that head, I was like, that's the same bass. And as soon as I grabbed them, I was like, yeah, 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 yeah.
I bet the guys in the tournament loved it.
I messaged my buddy. I'm like, I just caught my PB, 6 pounds, 7 ounce from the bank, 42-degree water, while there was a tournament going on at the lake. And come to find out, I told my other buddy who was on the bank with me, I said, I bet you that my bass is the biggest one of the day. Come to find out, my other buddy in the tournament said their biggest fish was only 4.3. Wow. I just got
that's 2 good ones.
Wow, that's huge.
I was just
that
was crazy.
Wow.
On this very jig right here.
Big fish.
Green jig.
Big fish.
Bitsy bug, Strike King. All right, and then here's my
you gotta tell me about a bitsy bug.
All right, number 1 bait. Drum roll. Jake, get the drum roll sound effect for us. Here it comes. Folks at home, there it goes. All right, that was really shitty, but go ahead. What do you got? Paul, show it to us.
Boom.
Hey! No shock there. The power bait.
Right? I mean, power bait Paul. You know, my buddy Robert named me that. Because, you know, I catch so many big bass on that. He's like, started calling me power bait Paul, and I just went with it. So I'm like, I like it. It's got a ring to it.
I love it.
But yeah, 7-inch Berkeley power worm, red shad.
There it goes.
Beat it.
There it goes.
That's a great bait.
Probably 50% of all the bass I've ever caught have been on this, whether it's a Texas rig or a shaky head.
Yeah.
But this thing right here.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you showed that. Pete, I want to bring you to the plate on this one. Is it amazing to you that the simplicity of the Texas rigged red shad worm, dude, Brian Kerschel won the classic on it. It's been around forever. People forget about it. Why is that, Pete Glusick? Why is that?
You know, there's so many cool and interesting shapes out there that people are getting drawn to and they're being marketed to, that they're forgetting about that stuff. But that worm, that long, slender profile, like we use it like that slender profile around here because we have a lot of eel. Yeah. And I think that's a big deal. But man, it's a bait that from down in Florida to here that's going to catch them from coast to coast. Like you said, Kerschel won the classic on it. It's a very, very consistent bait. Not surprised it's your top bait.
It is. It is. Of the year. It is. And I do want to mention this too. The year that I won the classic, a lot of my fish that I caught, especially fish that I needed as to catch with a follow-up bait, I caught on a soft stick bait, Pete. I know, but red shad was the color.
Really?
I used red shad.
In the Bassmaster I thought it was June bug. I thought it was June.
No,
okay,
now the speed worm was June bug.
Oh, that's what I thought we were talking about.
I also caught some weightless dum-dum thrown out there. When they'd hit it and boil on it,
I don't know. The way you were coding that, I thought the speed worm was friggin' secret, and that's what I thought we were talking about.
No, I did catch some on it. Paul, tremendous list.
Don't hang up on Paul. I want to ask him a few questions.
One more runner. One more runner up. This was the night bait.
I knew it.
This was the nighttime bait I was telling you guys
about.
Was
that jib bug?
I was catching them at night after work. This river to sea lane changer designed by Chris Lane. You know, prop bait, more subtle than a whopper plopper, but similar. Mm-hmm. This was what I was catching them on in the middle of the night.
Wow. There you go. All right, Dave, you got some questions for Paul?
I do, Paul. So, Paul, I don't know you. You don't know me, and I'm wondering.
Be ready.
I don't answer yet. I'm going to lay it out. I'm guessing Salem County.
He ain't going to name
maybe
lakes.
No, I'm guessing where he's from.
Okay.
Northern Salem County, but on the river side. Am I wrong or right?
You're very close. Very close.
Oh, Dave, is that
what word got you? What word?
Well, his water tells me he's close enough to Paulsboro.
Water.
Yeah.
But his vowels, like his A's, are definitely not Paulsboro.
Dave, this is police work.
No,
this
is
basically your old police
this is
mind coming back.
It is. This is
profiling me.
Regional.
Are you profiling, Paul?
I'm a master of regional diction.
Regional diction.
I am.
All right.
I'll spill the beans as long as I don't have to spill the lakes.
I don't care about where you fish. You got the wrong guy. I know where bodies are buried. I don't care about your stupid lakes. But listen to me, Paul. I'm guessing. Now, if you do, I'm guessing you don't have kids, right? You probably work 3 to midnight, 4 to midnight, right?
Yeah. I mean, I gave it away by saying I get done at midnight and now I go night fishing, but you know.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, as much work as you're putting in, there's no way there's a wife that accepting to let you work that shift when she's home all day with those monsters, and then you fish till 3 in the morning and then sleep till friggin' 1. You know what I mean?
What's his middle name?
I'm living vicariously through Paul, by the way, Paul. I'm on your side. Don't get defensive. I'm looking. I'm actually going to teach you how to dance around. I'm going to teach you how to dance around.
I can take a joke just as much as I can give it. That's one thing you'll know
Well, good,
about.
You'll work out perfect on this show.
Do you remember Lancelot didn't retire till he had his replacement? I'm going to teach you how to. I'm going to teach you how to dance around racially insensitive jokes and racial, and then you're going to replace me here, my friend.
Cool. Now, where I'm actually from is Cumberland County. So you were just one county off, you know.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, but I know it.
It was close.
It's fun. I enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to hearing from you in 2 months.
Anthony Geis on the message board says Dave is Paul's spirit animal. He's trying to get you with the goatee.
Oh yeah.
You guys might be related.
What's it? Maybe.
Yeah, you and Paul are related, maybe.
That's some Cumberland County stuff.
That's probably the only comment from Geis you could read on the air tonight.
Probably.
Yeah.
We got red hair in my family on my mom's side.
There you go.
I don't think we got drunk that much down there, so it couldn't be your. I'm just saying.
Who knows?
Paul, excellent first check-in with us as the official correspondent.
So Mike,
yes.
Before I go, can I just say one thing about when I first met you?
Of course.
When we got our picture taken on that dock and you're holding that 7-pounder, I know you. You make those crazy going Ike faces and stuff, and here you are with a 7-pounder. I'm getting a picture with you. I thought you were going to make that going Ike.
Yes.
And so I was going to do it with you, but no, I didn't even see you. Were just smiling like a normal person. I'm standing there with my crazy face, and you're looking normal and leaving me hanging. Like, oh, well.
No, that's the perfect.
At least I had the attitude.
No, Paul, listen, this is the perfect picture. In fact, I'm actually going to get this blown up. I'm going to go to like Walgreens or something and blow it up. And I'm going to actually put this picture, everybody's looking at it right now on the screen. This picture is going to live forever in the Ike Life studio.
That's a good picture.
Yeah,
and Paul, don't be so upset about that, because let me tell you something right now. Like, he's smiling with his mouth full of mint flavored chiclets, and the rest of us would be smiling with our Land O'Lakes butter. You know what I mean? Be thankful you're just shouting. You know what I mean, dude? Because that shit shows up when you're next side by side.
We got Folgers written all over our fucking
mug. yeah, unfiltered cigarettes and Folger, fucking bicuspid.
Tobacco. Chewing tobacco. Paul, I want to thank you for checking in with us. Cannot wait to talk to you on the next show. Thank you for the update. Looking forward to you being our correspondent. Thank you, Paul. Power Bay Paul, everybody, with the check-in.
Friggin' pumpkin seed flavored lateral bicuspid.
Yes. Man, that was awesome. I love it. I love it. And awesome. Brian, I like the fact that each week we're going to get a check-in from Paul. We're not really going to know what we're going to hear.
Each week,
monthly. Each week, month, whenever I'm talking
What if you give him an assignment to test a bait?
I mean, I can text
and he
him
reports
each week,
Yeah, that would be good.
Paul, what do you think about Mike assigning you a bait to test for us and give us a sit rep on it?
That's a good one, too. I want to throw that to the mix.
Yeah.
There might be a few bait companies excluded from that. They'll remain nameless, but
No. Now my mind's actually thinking, Paul. What I'm thinking now is we'll send you baits for some. For other ones, we'll send you locations.
Yes.
We'll give you pins. Okay. We'll give you GPS coordinates for a new location.
Or a Bass U seminar for new technique.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
I'm listening.
A place to trespass.
Yes. Private property. Yes. Yes.
I don't have a rap sheet. I don't really plan on getting one. But
hey, man.
I mean, hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Between you and Pete, all I got to do is dye my goatee blue, and we're all about patriotic here, right?
You just put me in between you guys.
If they lock you guys up, there's something wrong.
Yeah, we'll go to a Trump rally. Come on, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trump
Let's go,
2020.
Brandon.
All right, Paul. Thanks for checking in with us, man. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Man, that was awesome. Brian, that actually, I'm so glad we got Paul as our correspondent. We talked about it for years, having someone do that, and I think we found the right person in Power Bay Paul. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
I would too.
I'm sorry, I was doing stuff.
I would too. All right.
I actually like that, man.
That was great, wasn't it?
I like that.
Yeah.
That was great. And Pete, I do see Paul giving a seminar for BU one day.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just think about it.
Dream a little dream, Peter.
As his accolades accumulate here in South Jersey.
I'm surprised, though, with that schedule, he doesn't fish in the morning as opposed, like, if I woke up tomorrow on my schedule and didn't have a family, I would do it in the a.m.
The early.
He goes out in the dark. Man.
Yeah.
But he actually did that in July, August when it was hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
he was
Nighttime
being a
might
little
be better in
smart
the summer.
Because I got the same schedule he has, man. And I could.
You ain't
See,
going fishing.
I see him.
Yeah, he is virtually.
David's sleeping. He's going home and playing on the stupid video game.
If I had Paul's testosterone level, right, and his age, I probably would fish.
Right.
And his goatee?
That's a good goatee. I can't crack on Paul's goatee. That's legit.
All right, Brian Carpenter, one of the new things we're doing for Ike Live in 2022 is we're trying to stay more on time. So we're about 15 minutes over. That's okay because we had great conversation, great guests. But let's take a break. I think we should take a break.
Take a break.
All right, listen, if you're
Why
watching.
are we trying to stay on time?
I don't know. Everybody would say,
Yeah, but they're
everybody wanted
focusing
a
on the wrong
cleaner,
stuff.
tighter show is what I kept hearing from people.
From who?
I don't know. People in the office and.
That don't watch the show and have never watced a podcast in their life and don't fish. Okay, cool.
That could be.
Great source.
All right, but anyway, let's take a break. So I got to pee anyway. So hang in there with us because Brian Carpenter, when we come back, Matt Airy is coming on the show. Cannot wait to talk to Matt.
These people actually laugh during the view that are telling us we're going too long.
I
know. This is what we're dealing with, Dave.
Yeah, I mean,
it might be
have the next meeting on a Saturday.
Or you think it's a rival podcast chiming in to tell us to change the format so we go down in flames. Yeah, could be that. All right, hang in there with us. When we come back, more Ike Live. You know, right now where we're standing, we're in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is right there. This is the concrete jungle. And, you know, a lot of those kids, as they grow up, they don't fish. It's interesting because they're surrounded by water. You know, the Delaware River, the Schuylkill, ponds, city park lakes. But they don't have the influence to cast, to fish, to have a rod and reel. And that became our focus, you know, is to target kids in what we call non-traditional areas, you know, urban areas, city centers, where the population's high, and let these kids have an experience. You know, it's amazing. I mean, some of the experiences we've had, whether it's Central Park in New York City, here in Camden, other parts of the country, even just casting.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to see it, isn't it?
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
And you know, you see these kids have this experience they've never had, and they light up, you know? The big thing, I think, for the Ike Foundation is we're not saying we want all these kids to become professional anglers.
No.
Be great if some of them did, but we want them to have that fishing experience because it ties them to so many other positive things. The outdoors, nature, conservation. Ecology, you know, all these amazing things in life that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to any other way. We're trying to help with that. So it's important. It's important for us.
Yeah.
We're proud of it.
At Founders Brewing, we asked ourselves, what if we brewed a beer perfect for any occasion? A beer that makes a weekday feel more like the weekend, and the weekend feel more like an adventure. What if we brewed a beer that brought us together and allowed us to be ourselves? A beer that is just as much of a companion as it is a reward at the end of the journey? What if we explored the unknown together and found a new way? What if we celebrated taste and flavor and life's simple pleasures? And what if we brewed a beer that could go where you go without slowing you down? What if? Founders All Day IPA. Low ABV and full flavor that goes where you go. Chase your what if.
4.5-inch drop shot worm. Bama bug. Finesse jig, PB&J. Give me something hard. Hey, KVD here. Now, I didn't always know this much about fishing. 4-aught EWG worm hook. In fact, there was a time when I couldn't tell the difference between a jerkbait and a stickbait. But then I signed up for Mystery Tackle Box, the original monthly tackle subscription. And now I know more about fishing than I do about calculus.
And he knows a lot about calculus.
Plus, I get amazing extras like free fishing magazines. October 2016. Featured article, 4 places to throw a frog. Exclusive decals. Zombie bass. And how-to videos for all the great baits I receive. How to tune a crankbait. Is that underwater footage I smell?
I got goosebumps.
So if you're looking to develop enhanced fishing abilities like me, or you just like getting new tackle every month, go to mysterytacklebox.com and get your box today. Ooh, live minnows. Is it lunchtime already? Nature's candy. Oh.
It's more than who you are. It's who you're with. And it's more than what you do. It's where you do it. Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new Ike Live. This is the first show of 2022. Hope you're having a great night. Saturday night. What's everybody doing out there, Dave, tonight, you think? Watching football? What are they doing? At home? Just doing that?
Maybe they got the game on the big TV
split
and they got
screen
their phone on with the Ike Live. I don't know.
People still watch that game, huh?
Yeah, dude. Apparently they do, man. I didn't even know the Birds were playing tonight. So.
Well, they're playing Dallas. The game is meaningless, right? Except for momentum
and I'm not besmirching people that watch it. I
Yeah.
really miss the days, Brian, when we would all go to the bar and be in on it and actually care. I miss the days.
What happened, Dave?
Well, what happened was we realized it wasn't just the Clintons killing people. A whole lot of other stuff was going on. That's what happened, dude.
I think you're right.
Yeah, everyone realized it ain't just the Clintons murdering people over bad land deals. It's like a whole bunch more going on, and that's what wrecked it for me.
Me too.
There's other stuff happening. There's a lot of other stuff happening in the world, like Bill Taylor officially retired. Wow. Congrats to Bill Taylor. What a great career over there at MLF FLW. Man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
We love Bill Taylor. So
he's a great guest on Ike Live.
He's been a great guest. So
channeled through Swindle and Luke Duncan.
Yeah, right. A lot
we
of
actually did have
imitators.
the real.
We had the real one on.
Did we?
Here was my question, Pete. So he just retired. How early is too early to ask Bill to come on and then spill some dirt? You know, because like Tripp, he has to have great stories from his decades of being, tournament director. He's got to have great stories, you know?
Yeah, but he ain't telling them.
Yeah.
Might.
He's a professional.
Nah.
He's a Southern gentleman.
You think?
The problem is that someone from like Bergen County wasn't the tournament director for 30 years.
Yeah, but
he'd hear it all.
Yeah, but he's retired now. So does he actually care? You think?
Yeah, because he's a Southern gentleman.
Maybe he didn't retire on good terms.
Oh.
And he'd be,
right,
ready to spill some dirt.
Pete, you know them guys better than us. They're not like that. They're wired differently than us, man.
Yeah.
They just, unless you're Mouth of the South, Jimmy, whatever, the wrestling guy, Mouth of the South, Jimmy. Whatever.
Now you're going real old school.
Jimmy Hart. Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart. Yeah, that was Jimmy Hart.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Pete.
Mike, I know we were trying to get Matt on. I don't know if they're still trying to get him.
Yeah, we're
out,
trying to introduce him.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got, Pete? No, give it to me. What do you got?
Say, if he's on and ready to go. But I have a top 5 list for Ike Live 2021. My highlights.
All right, let's put a
for
pin.
the Ike Live show.
Pete,
All right,
Pete,
all right.
let's put a pin in that.
Right. Yeah. Brian wants to put a pin at it. Let's get Matt on, and we'll do
come
that.
back to that.
We will do that a little later. I'm so excited to have this guy on. Brian, I cannot believe we've had this podcast for how many years now?
8?
8 years.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we've had Matt on? Is that what you're telling me?
That's
incredible. I don't believe it.
9 years? Dude, I think it's coming on 9.
Is it going on 9?
Hey, you're looking at me like I know. You didn't even have me on first year.
You didn't have me on for
Dave was an afterthought.
8.5.
Yeah. Dave was an afterthought. But I'm excited to get this guy on. BASS Elite Touring Pro, Toyota Pro. Matt Airy joined us for the first time on Ike Live. Very excited to have Matt on. Matt, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing better than I deserve. I might be in the doghouse after this. I told Brian the other day when he texted me to come on the show, I said, you know what? I said, like you said a minute ago, I said, I've never had the opportunity to go on Ike Live, and I don't want to miss it. And I'm down here in Islamorada. Today's my wife's 41st birthday.
What?
We're celebrating 15 years, and we're celebrating 15 years of marriage.
Wow.
A little late anniversary present, a little trip that we took together. And I said, so if I get divorced after this, it's your fault.
Well, man. Well, first,
I don't think we have a divorce yet on our list.
No, we don't. We have physical altercations. We do have a couple fist fights we can claim, but not a divorce yet. So congratulations on that. And I do understand that. Like if I look and I keep up with people's social media, and you see a lot of touring pros, no matter what circuit, this time of the year, they're taking like these trips and these little getaways, and whether it's as an anniversary or just it's like the deep breath before the season starts. Do you feel like that a little bit, Matt? Like I look at the calendar and shit, it's like February already. We're almost at the St. John's. Do you feel like this is your last like deep breath of relaxation?
Oh yeah, this is our last hurrah. I mean, I'm one of those guys that. I can't fish 12 months out of the year. I have to release, and I have to kind of just kick back and change my entire approach to life. I mean, I got 2 little girls, and you got kids, as you know, and that's kind of what I dedicate my off season to is my family. I love deer hunting, things like that too. Yeah. But since our last event at the St. Lawrence there in New York, I probably went over 2 months without making a cast. And but I'm just one of those. I'm just that type that I kind of need that release,
Yeah, it's interesting, and we've talked about it before on the show. But there are anglers in the off season that want to get away from it purposely, that leave it, and they feel like they're refreshed when they get back. And then there's other anglers that like are so obsessed they don't want to stop. They keep competing, they keep fishing like every other day. So it's interesting that. That difference there. But I want to say something real quick, which is it's so funny, Matt. Last year I got to sit back and sort of watch. It was such a nice year for me, right? Because I got to watch MLF, I got to watch Bass, I got to watch you guys, and as a fan, and I had so many friends and people I know here in the circles of New Jersey watching the Classic and watching the Elites last year and saying, oh man, yeah, you see this new guy, Matt Airy, this new Toyota guy. Oh man, he's on fire. Where'd this guy come from? And I'm looking at him like, bro, what are you talking about? do you get a little bit of that? It's shocking to me that people are finding you for the first time since you've been over at Bass, which has been since 2019. Do you get that a lot? Do people not realize that you've been fishing forever?
100%. I mean, that's when we got the invitation to come over during the split, that was one of the biggest reasons I made the decision because, and this, nothing against FLW or anything. This is not a stab or a jab or whatever, but, I felt like my personal brand, had kind of hit a ceiling, not hit a ceiling over there, so to speak, but I just wanted to reach more eyeballs. I wanted to reach a new fan base. And let's be honest, Bassmaster has the biggest fan base in the world, period. I mean, you cannot argue that.
Agreed.
And since I made that transition in 2019, it absolutely, I mean, I get that a lot. And of course, after the Classic this year and just being on the Elite platform is really, it's helped my brand, helped my sponsorships. It's been a blessing in disguise because the first thing, I made a lot of calls when that first call made, and of course talked to my wife first and foremost, and sponsors were the next people I reached out to, and yeah, I mean, I don't regret that decision one bit. And hey, I mean, when you get a free pass to come over, who's not going to take that?
Yeah.
Well, I know one or two that didn't take it, but I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm going to say never say nothing bad.
That's true. I think a lot of people also didn't realize, and I don't even know if Brian Carpenter realized this. Did you know Matt won the FLW Cup back in 2000? Was it 5, 6, 7?
06, yeah.
As 06. As a co-angler. Did you know that, Brian Carpenter?
I did not know
How
that.
about that?
05, 06?
06.
06?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was that, Matt?
It was at Logan Martin. And it's a funny story about that because 2005, I hit the road as a co-angler on the FLW tour. I figured that was my best opportunity to get out and get my feet wet a little bit, meet some guys. And I did it by myself. And, I hit the road and just started kind of networking and met a few pros from North Carolina, Jeffrey Thomas, Chris Elliott, some guys. They're not even in the game anymore, but some guys that really helped kind of jumpstart my career and open my eyes to the world of professional bass fishing. And I came back in 2000 after the 2005 season back to Shelby, North Carolina, and I told a little fella by the name of Brian Thrift and Andy Montgomery, a couple guys back home.
A couple guys.
And I said, this was pretty cool, y'all, to hit the road with me next year. And we all do this as a co-angler and travel together. They're like, yeah, I think we'll do that. Because I knew they were aspiring pros. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to chase that too. And we all three hit the road the next year, and we traveled together as co-anglers. And it's kind of funny because Andy won the co-angler of the year title that year. Him and I finished 1 and 2 in that Forest Wood Cup as co-anglers. And Thrift, of all people, he was leading the co-angler of the year points title after the first 3 events. And then he forgot to sign up for the 4th one in time and got on the waiting list. So he ended up not getting to fish like the 4th, 5th, and 6th event. I think it was only 6 events at that time. So because Thrift didn't finish 4, 5, and 6 is probably why Andy ended up winning the co-angler of the year. And then in turn, Thrift didn't make the cup either as a co-angler. And Andy and I went on to have good finishes in the cup. And that kind of jump-started all our careers because in 07, we all three were rookies in 07 on the FLW tour.
Wow. That's amazing. That's an amazing story.
So what's up with Chris Elliott?
Well, I remember Chris.
Honestly,
I remember Chris.
I remember him from something about Mary. He was Woogie.
What? That was the other Chris.
He had the eyes
That's
dyed.
a different Chris.
Right, come on.
That's not the same Chris.
What do you mean, come on? It's Woogie.
Yeah, but that's not the same guy.
He likes shoes?
No, but here's what I wanted to say. First of all, I wanted to say the only
so he's
reason...
good, is what you're saying, Matt? He's good? Woogie's
He's good, yeah.
Right.
No, the only reason Brian Thrift didn't get in that tournament is he missed the registration because he had to go get a pack of cigarettes.
Oh.
And a sun drop.
Right. That's right. That's right.
It's fun. Hey, we fish those little Thursday night derbies every once in a while at the house there on a little lake called Moss Lake, and they're 3.5-hour derbies on Thursday night.
Yes.
We've been fishing them since we were teenagers, and he always wants to take my boat number 1, which I'm like, whatever, I don't fight it anymore. He doesn't like to get his boat dirty, so that's one thing. The second thing is he purposely leaves empty packs of Marlboro Lights and crushed sun drop bottles in my little trash compartment with my Ranger over there on the passenger side, and he hides them. I swear he hides them on purpose in different places in my boat. So I have to find them later. If I did that to him, he would lose it. He would absolutely lose it.
Yeah, he told me he fines you $10 for every one you break off because you don't retie enough.
Actually, that's 100% correct. He does try to. He charges me if we win $100, which they don't pay. If you win the tournament, you win $200, right?
Yeah.
And he charges me $10 for breaking fish off. But every time he breaks one off, it was either my rod, so it's my fault, or he's got some lame excuse, whatever to save him $10. So.
Oh man, that's great. What I wanted to say is that story was great because what is in the water in that where you guys live? What's in the water there? Because, dude, draw a 100-mile radius around Shelby, North Carolina. And, dude, it's like, what the hell is in the water there that produces I mean, you guys are hammerheads. Like, honestly, what is it? I need to know what is it. That's the first question.
Old money? I don't know.
I don't know what it is. It's got to be something in the water. It's like iron or a mineral or something. And then take me back to what it was like to fish in a club, a derb, a get together with all those guys? Like, that's what I want to know. I'm trying to close my eyes and envision all you guys like battling out for $100 on a Thursday night.
It's, dude, I tell you, it's honestly, of course, I admire y'all. You especially you're from Jersey. I mean, guys like Scott Martin. I was talking to him yesterday about this, and guys from states like Florida and Jersey and Oregon or Brandon Polnick from Idaho. Those are the ones that I admire the most, because we have an advantage with the diversity of fisheries and things like that in the Carolinas, and that helps hone our skills in a lot of different ways. We can become a little bit more versatile before we ever kind of jump in head first. But y'all are the ones that I admire, because you come from a very
fishing sucks up here, Matt.
Do what now?
Fishing sucks up here.
It was better back in the 80s. So.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
I'm not going to say fishing sucks, but you definitely don't have the options that we have in the Carolinas, and so y'all have to go out and kind of start from scratch and learn these fisheries, from a whole different perspective, and that's what I really admire. But you ask what's in the water, I mean, Sundrop, Marlboro Lights, and liver mush. That's the three keys there.
Did you say liver mush?
Liver mush.
Liver mush.
What is that?
That's Scrapple.
Oh, really?
That's their version of Scrapple, I think.
Whoa.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Lips and assholes?
No. Well, what? How do you describe it?
You don't. They don't put the ingredients on the label for a reason, but you just.
Okay.
We have a liver mush festival in Shelby, and it's kind of like Scrapple. I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
Liver pudding. It comes in a block.
Liver pudding.
Oh my God!
You slice it and fry it in a pan, and it's. I love it.
I may have never ate Scrapple if they called that shit liver pudding up here. You know what I mean?
Scrapple's a little bit of a sexier name.
Yeah, Scrapple sounds like bacon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like somebody got in a fight just to get it on in a pan.
Yeah.
But liver pudding, my God.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, could you think of a worse thing? Like, what would you call a steak? Like, I don't even know, dude. I can't. I'm sorry.
I don't know either.
Failed on that, but
I don't know.
Matt. Hey, Matt. I got to take objection to one thing. How do you let the Florida guys have an aggrieved status with fishing?
Yeah,
like they get to hook 100 fish in a day, and that they're going to all of a sudden that one of those 100, they're not going to feel like the same fish when they go to South Carolina for a tournament. Get out of here. We can spend 12 hours on the water, spend $200 in gas, and not catch one, dude.
Catch 6.5
They're getting
pounds.
all them reps, and you're going to list them up here with the New Jersey and the Pennsylvania guys?
No, Scott's got it good.
They only know like a speed worm and a big weight down here. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, but they get 100.
Or a Senko.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'd say half of them guys, if they grew up in Jersey, would not like fishing.
They would have gotten to something else.
No, they'd have been in drag racing or something.
Yeah. No, they would have been teachers and freaking professors.
Graffiti artists, mobsters. There's a lot of stuff up here. Let me remind you, if you're watching and listening right now, if you have a question for Matt, please chime through. Jake, we're going to be – you got some right now you want to pass through?
Yeah, I got
All right, what do you got?
The first one we're going to start in is the best crankbait for springtime, because guys are already iced up and already thinking about spring.
Wow. All right, Matt, I'm throwing that one to you. Best crankbait for springtime.
Oh, well, let's narrow it down to colors first. I like red or orange. I mean, I keep it pretty simple as far as my color selection. I keep it simple year round as far as my color selection. I don't get too crazy, but I tell you, I'll be without throwing some lame sponsor plug out there. I'm gonna talk about the little. Y'all gotta help me here. The little Berkeley bait that came out last year, little flat side.
Yeah, Fritz side. Heck yeah.
Thank you, the Fritz side.
Heck
Fritz,
yeah.
I said flat side. Fritz side. And I'm not a Berkeley sponsored guy, but that's like that sucker. Just everybody I know at our Loudon Teleco event last year, I think everybody in the field had one tied on, whether they tell you they did or not, but everybody was catching that little dude. And I like just little homemade flat sides. A lot of the guys in East Tennessee kind of turned me on to that young in my career, and a little flat side, homemade balsa bait. I love that early spring. Just gets a lot of bites. Catches big ones too.
Thank you for answering that way, Matt, because I don't know who you're sponsored by, but I was waiting for you to tell us about some Livingston lore or something. Thank you for answering that way, dude. I appreciate it, man.
That is.
I'm not that guy.
Thank you.
I applaud that.
we have a little podcast called Let's Talk Fish, and we do a lot of educational interaction on that show. And that's one thing that we talked about at the very beginning of it. You know, we don't want to. I'm a lunker hunt guy. I've been with lunker hunt for a long time. They know how I feel about them. They know how I feel. You know, we're like a family, and I tell them all the time. I say, look, guys, you know, I'm not going to go out here and write a big article about some Strike King bait or something like that, but I'm not ever going to lie either. You know, so that's just the way that's the way I've built my career and my reputation. I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, it's very refreshing. And here's the other thing, real quick, Dave. We talked earlier about technology and the media and the coverage. Dude, I like the fact now, and I got to see it all last year. I sat back and watched all you guys fish. I like the fact that there are no secrets anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there are no secrets. Like, Lake Fork was a great one. And they just had a replay this morning on Bassmasters, one Lee Livesey won. Because you actually got to see what dudes were throwing, right? And you got to see these big glide baits by these little companies that sell 100 baits a year. And, you know, you got to see
Tater Hog.
Yeah, Tater Hog.
right.
And you got to see, what color topwater is everybody throwing? A Bone Super Spook. Yep, the whole field had that topwater. You know what I mean? It was refreshing. And I think I like that bass fishing today, 20 years ago, dudes were lying, you know. But today, the way it's covered, you can't really lie. You know?
So let me ask you what he just answered and how he answered that, Mike. So, like, we go to a concert.
Yeah.
John, Brian, and I, we're watching the band and we're listening to the music. You're
Yeah.
watching the lead man to see how he's interacting with the crowd.
Yeah.
And getting the energy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? Being honest like that.
Yeah.
Like, why are more guys not like that? Why does that obvious snake oil in this industry so much, whereas not so much like what he just did, how he answered that?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to – I'd like to hear Matt's opinion on that too, but I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to give you two reasons. You know, the one is in our sport for years and years and years and years, it was always evil to give away secrets. It was something you didn't want to do. Like, guys were so guarded with stuff. Like, I remember when I was a co-angler in the early 90s and mid-90s, dudes were hiding shit. They wouldn't even pull out their rod until you got on a spot. It'd be 30 minutes left in the tournament. They'd tie the lure off, and they're very secretive. So that was one. That's one reason. The other reason is, and this is our own fault, and this is something that has to change in the sport, which is we have let our sponsors get to a point where we're so scared, to be honest, that we're going to get fired, or we're going to get left go, or we're going to get replaced. That's sad when we're in that environment. And I'll be honest, that's not the sponsor's fault. That's our fault. That's our fault for accepting that from them, from signing that contract. You know what I mean? So
because as a regular Joe like I am, I'm less likely to buy anything the snake oil sells, and way more likely to buy what he just did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like authentic display, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Authentic, and it's to me, it's one of the positives.
I mean, hell, you talk about hiding something. His best buddy.
Yeah.
Thrift.
Yeah.
Had the Manhattan Project he was hiding all the years in the chatterbait, dude. You know what I mean? That chatterbait was the Manhattan Project of fishing, dude. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Thrift's pretty good at hiding stuff. I can tell you that. And he's got more blue dots.
Oppenheimer.
He's got more blue dots than anybody I know. That's
Right.
another thing too. Matt, you mentioned something about your podcast. I want to talk about that. Change subjects a little bit. You've got a really good one. Let's Talk Fish. And your podcast has been around for a long time. How many years have you guys gone on?
I think we're going on 3 years. We've been on a little hiatus the past month and a half because we've been building out a new studio. But we'll be back in the studio here probably in the next week to 1 to 2 weeks to get back in the groove of things and getting cranked up for the season. But yeah, and apologies to everybody that's been sending me messages. Where the hell have y'all been? I'm like, we're gonna make it worth your while. We want a studio like Ike Live's got. So we've been building it out, and but yes, no, I appreciate the kind words. But going on 3 years now, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and Thrift is a little. We're kind of opposite personalities, but sometimes that works well. You know, when you do these things, and y'all have kind of the same chemistry there. I mean, I've watched your show off and on for years, and it's a cool atmosphere, cool setting, and makes the viewers very comfortable and fun to interact with, and you know, engagement with the fans to me is the most entertaining part of it and the most satisfying part of it, to be able to answer questions. And our sport, unlike a lot of the other professional sports out there, you can't get on an NBA chat podcast and interact with LeBron James or something, and that's what's so cool about our sport. It really is.
Yeah, super cool. And I looked at the comments, the podcast you've got on iTunes and you've got on all those things, and you can see the comments. You've got a great fan base that appreciate you.
Yeah,
and you could see it through the comments, which was really cool. I was reading through some of them. But this is Ike Live, man. You got to be honest here, right? This is our one rule. I
thought I was doing pretty good so far.
You're doing good.
Hey, can I say something? If you're going to have a Ike Live studio, you can't be talking about that crankbait. You better talk about them people that are paying the bills, bro.
Right.
You're going to get Ike Live.
Go get alcohol sponsors. That's the key.
Yes.
You have to be honest when I ask you this.
It's the only reason we still have a show, I think.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah. Me and Brian have been talking about this since COVID. It's like since COVID, there's been 2,000 fishing podcasts that have popped up. And like it almost to the and there's a couple new ones that are okay, but a lot of them are absolute junk. Does it piss you off a little bit that like all these new people are starting and you got to be honest, because it pisses me and Brian off a little bit. We're like, what the?
Does
we've
it
been
really
doing this
piss
fucking
you
thing
off?
for 8 years, and all of a sudden, no, I wouldn't say pisses off, but it's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Does it?
Well, when I
frustrate
get
you
a guest
little bit?
on that just did something really cool, and we're like the 22nd person that's had them on, and they did that cool thing a week ago, and I couldn't get them on sooner, and I'm like, damn it. And it is what it is, but it's a sign of times. But
I don't want to wreck Matt's question. I have a retort
do you
for
have,
that.
Do you have any anger or frustration about the other 3,000 podcasts?
And if you don't lie and say you do,
it is what it is. I mean, I don't want to sound cliche and sit here and say, yeah, this guy pissed me off or this guy, because I think anything that helps grow the sport's a positive. And like I said, I hate to sound cliche, but there's several that started right there around the house not long after we got ours cranking, and it was kind of odd. But they do more local tournament information and regional stuff and things like that. But I've sampled about. I don't want to say all the ones out there. I'm sure there's still a bunch that I don't know about, but I've sampled a lot of them, and there's only 3 or 4 that I really, really, listen to pretty religiously on the road. And some of them, I'd be lying. There's 1 or 2 I listen just to see what kind of drama pops up each week. But the other ones are, like y'all's is just more of a laid back kind of cover every little corner, and it talks about the industry a little bit, jokes a lot. Y'all are very diverse in that aspect, and that's, I really appreciate that from a podcast, because it's more entertaining to me, and it's of course it helps pass the time when we're driving 20-something hours cross country too. So
see that Mikey wants longer shows, not shorter.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think we were being sabotaged here.
Oh, I know it, but
it could be. Matt, I want to change topics, and I want to go to.
We're
this
changing
topic.
already?
Yeah, I do want to change topics. I want to talk about something because I got a highlight on my notes here, and I want to start by saying, before I even bring this up, I was in this boat in my career many a times. I want to remind everybody. The year that Skeet Reese won the Bassmaster Classic, I lost by 6 ounces there.
Oh yeah.
That same summer, that next year, was the next year or the same? No, it was the same year.
Same year.
In Pittsburgh, I lost the FLW championship by 3 ounces to Greg Hackney.
That was a rough one.
So that's less than a pound. I've lost 2 championships in the same year. So I know that. So I'm asking you this question because I understand the classic. The classic we just had, you came in second. It was the most amazing thing, and I watched it, and you got great exposure, and I think a lot of people got to get introduced to you the first time. But you did have the winning fish on. You did, right? You had a fish on that. Talk about that, because like I hate to sound like a sore loser, but I still think about those lost fish that I had in those events. The one that I lost to Skeet, I can think about a fish that threw a tube on me. That was the winning fish. At the Pittsburgh one, I lost a 12.5-inch smallmouth on a shaky head that threw me. I set the hook on a bridge piling, got halfway to the boat, and jumped 80 feet in the air and threw my shaky head. That was the winning fish.
Knowing you, though, that was probably 11 3/4.
It was probably 11 3/4, so maybe it wasn't. But But do you think about those things? Does it haunt you, or are you the kind of guy like, you know what? That's that. Keep going.
I was doing really good until you started talking about it again.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Now, and the reason I asked this is I need therapy, Matt. You got to be my therapist tonight. Help me deal with my loss.
Yeah, I should. You should have been the first one I called because it haunts you a little bit. I mean, you know how it is, but it's luckily it happened to me when I was basically about 12 years deep into my career, and I had been fortunate to win a couple events over at FLW when I was there, and I became a believer that, when it's your time, it's your time. But, yes, I had a couple opportunities that day, missed opportunities, but so did probably everybody else in the field. I mean, I know Kennedy lost like multiple giants, and there were several guys that lost a lot of really big fish in that event, which we were dealing with high water and a lot of gnarly shoreline cover, and that's part of fishing like that, right? But, it's yes. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about it. I mean, no less than 100 times since June, but because that is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity to win a tournament of that caliber, and it's truly the biggest stage in our sport. And that's, but you know what? I tell you what, a second place finish does. It kind of rekindled a fire inside of me that hadn't been sparked in a few years, because I hadn't been able to close the door on an elite win yet since I came over, and had some close opportunities fishing a couple of those events too. And I'm fired up, ready to go. I can't wait till the next classic, the next opportunity. And it just makes you want it even that much more. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think loss and getting close and sniffing at it sometimes makes you want to get it even more, so, and I agree with that. Like, I look back on it, and the way that I'm consoled by my loss is, I had the classic win, so
thank God, right?
Yeah, to miss a chance, and you're early in your career, so, it's going to happen. You just got to keep fishing, and it'll happen.
But don't you think winners hate losing more than they like winning?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. I think you have to have that. You have to have that
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to call it negative energy, but you have to have that burn. If you don't have to have that burn, that burn's not in there, and you're like, winning, who cares, kind of like Steve Kennedy's like that. But
General Patton said something like that. He said, "Give me a room full of winners, and if they're all dead, replace them with guys that hate losing." Oh, yeah. He said something like that, dude. I might have messed it up.
That's probably
well. You can hear it in your statement there, Matt. Like the second place is causing you to burn, and that's the difference, right? That's the difference in the champions. They use that as motivation, and Grace, you won almost $1 million over at FLW.
Yeah.
So you're a seasoned veteran, and you're crushing it. I rewatched that classic day, and what an amazing deal, man! What an amazing adjustment to change the color of the frog, to get that done, man. That was insane. They were missing the other color.
Yeah, they were, and it was slicked off that morning. There wasn't any movement in the water, and I was throwing a popping style frog before I switched to, and I went to more of a regular style and switched over to solid white. There had been a little bit of a shad spawn. I hadn't found that, but there was definitely some bait in the area I was fishing, and that typically during a shad spawn type deal, I'll stick with white colors, especially on frog, but. They were eating that popping frog really good earlier in the week, and it was just a bluegill colored popping frog, and. But it's just funny because 9 times out of 10 frog fishing, you're just like, if they're missing it, they're missing it. If they're eating it, they're eating it. Sometimes a little color change doesn't make that big a difference, but it made a pretty big difference that day. I mean, they started choking it, and they were missing the other one for whatever reason. So
that was fun to watch fishing almost kind of open water frog fishing, fishing on the outside edges of the bushes. It's just really cool for guys that fish frogs. We always think mats, grass. But you did it there in the classic, man. It was really, really wonderful video footage from Bassmasters too. Yeah, they got every single strike,
Yeah, it was incredible. It was awesome. Let me remind you, if you're watching and listening, if you've got a question for Matt Airy, please hit us up. Jake, what do you got? I know you got a few coming through. What do you got for him?
So I don't know if we can talk about this.
Oh, hold on a second. Go ahead, Brian.
There we are. I don't know if we can mention this, but there's a guy going to Hartwell. His name is Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
He wants a hot tip on where to go. He's going there
Oh,
soon.
he wants the tip.
He wants
on
the tip.
Hartwell.
Throw a Senko.
Oh yeah, we can give him a tip. I don't. Matt can't get any information, but we can give him a tip.
Cool.
Sure. And when is he going?
He's going soon. Month.
Soon.
Yeah.
A month.
He's
Oh,
going to be
man.
there during the Classic.
Right
while
during
you
the
guys-
Classic. Yeah.
He's gonna. Yeah, he wants to show up right at the Classic, and he's going to follow guys around to see if he can catch them better than everybody else. Yes, we love those guys. No, honestly, a tip at Hartwell, I would say, the backs of the
Go to Sandy Cooper.
Go to Sandy Cooper. Yeah, don't stay at Hartwell. The only good tip I would have is I know that in the mornings, first thing in the morning, like when the sun comes up till about 8, 9 o'clock, the herring are in the backs of the ditches. And they go back there like when it's dark. They get way in the back of those drains. And then as that sun comes up, they're still back there, but they start to work their way back out. So you can go in the backs of those drains and ditches with like a fish head spin, a suspending jerk bait, something like that, a metal blade bait, and you can catch a lot of fish in the backs of the drains. I don't know. Matt, you got a tip for him for Hartwell this time of the year?
Yeah, I mean, you gave one of the best ones there is. I tell you, if you're going soon, I was down there recently before the cutoff for the Classic, and the water was really unseasonably warm. It was still in the upper 50s, and fish were scattered really bad. They were anywhere from a foot to 40 feet deep, which is not uncommon for Hartwell. But if you get a little weather, that to me, the lower third of that lake is relatively clear, pretty much all over, and it fishes somewhat similar to some of the lakes around the house in that clear water. If you get the right conditions one day and you get a little front, you get a little wind, things like that, you can get on a pretty epic crankbait bite that time of year in that clean water. A lot of people are scared to throw a crankbait in super clear, gin clear water like that, but if you get the right conditions and a little bit of wind, sun or clouds or a little mix of both. But if you get a little bit of wind, pick up a crankbait, and you can get some good bites, catch some big ones that way too. And there was a little bit. I'm not scared to say anything about what I found down there because it's going to change a lot in March anyway. I didn't do much fishing, did more riding, but I had some wind the first day I was down there. It was nasty. It was chilly, but the water was still in the upper 50s, and caught quite a few decent fish throwing a crankbait around. So and that was on the lower third of the lake. But yeah, if he's going out there soon, I'd put a crankbait in my hand, cover water unless you get bluebird skies and no wind, and then you're going to be it's just going to be tough. I'll just be honest with you.
So good luck. Yeah. What else you got, Jake?
You're going to be close here. You're going to be fishing Russell during the Classic, right?
I will. Yeah, you guys will be up on Hartwell fishing the actual Classic, and I'm going to be fishing the Kayak Classic.
That's crazy.
Down on Russell.
That's
So,
crazy. That's
very
how you know
excited.
this isn't really real life anymore.
No, it's not real life.
Mike
No.
Iaconelli's fishing the Kayak Classic during the Classic. This is all fake.
it's the
1,000%.
Does
Yeah,
that
it's the
count as
Matrix.
like actually making a classic?
It does count as a classic. Yeah.
So you make it like next year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Just
don't
keep
know.
it going.
I keep
that-
I
keep
want to.
that.
Hey, dude, it's a tournament. I want to win.
Hell yeah.
If it's a
Right.
bank fishing tournament, I want to win it.
Matt, I got a question. Have you thrown the BTC?
The Brian Thrift crank, the Brian Thrift crank.
Oh, that's what he says it's called.
Brian the Carpenter crankbait.
BTC.
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
I've thrown it a little bit. I ain't caught a damn thing on it. No,
Fair
I'm
enough.
kidding. It's actually it's a legit little dude. I've actually caught a few fish. on it.
The bill's
I
loose.
witnessed Thrift catch them on it too. So
Bill's loose. The hooks are dull. No trebles.
It
just
swims
straight barb.
backwards.
It's straight-
Did the bills snap off like Pete's
Yeah.
Silent Killer?
It actually smokes
The
the
eye-
water. A little thing of smoke.
the
comes
eye
up.
is rectangular.
Paint chips in the wake.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the paint job's great on that. They even gave it an anus and everything on the paint job.
You slap the BTC
blood trail.
crankbait once in the water to get the grass. And it
All that's left is the line tie.
Are we busting on? We busting on Brian Thrift or me right now?
On you. We're busting on you.
Just so
On the
everybody
other
knows,
BTC.
Brian Thrift. Just so you know, this is all directed at
I'm
me,
sorry, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for this.
not the Mickey or your crankbait,
Yeah.
Brian.
All right, I got.
We like to call it speckle gray.
Speckle.
Brian the Carpenter.
Yeah.
That's fucking
All
funny.
right, Matt.
Spackle. Yeah, use spackle in the spring.
I think Brian.
And
needs to
then
send me some crankbait.
a year later, rust.
Oh my God.
Mike, by the way, I fished like 3 times. Both them dudes combined, maybe 5 times. Both them combined.
Yeah.
But look at them go.
No, you fished way more than they did. They don't deserve to be laughing.
They're
at you
like the
about
2 old guys from the Muppets that sat up in the balcony.
I know. Hypocrites sitting up in the balcony, throwing stones.
Swedish fish.
Exactly. Swedish fish off of the balcony.
All right, I can see.
All right, I got a
concede.
question. I got a
Matt
question coming from Matt from our Instagram account. This is from Derek Forchek, and Derek wants to know, Matt, is it true your nickname is Pickles?
No.
Oh. It's not.
That was when we first started LTF. We first started Let's Talk Fish 3 years ago or whatever, and they were talking about nicknames. All of a sudden, somebody just said, "Well, y'all got to have nicknames," because Smoke, Thrift Smoke. If nobody knows, the nickname is Smoke. It's always been Smoke. So then they were like, "Well, we're going to vote on nicknames." So everybody started sending in, and for whatever reason. Why, I don't know, but Pickles is the one that actually won the little nickname tournament there. And, but as far as the LTF viewers are concerned, they call me Pickles.
Gotcha.
Let's change his nickname right now to Truth.
Truth.
Yeah.
Matt Truth man.
I'll take that over Pickles any day.
Yeah. Truth's a cooler name.
Yeah, get rid of Pickles.
I
Whoever
like
gave
that.
you that, don't let people do
Truth
that.
is sounds like a street name. It could be like a rapping
That's an
B-boy
NBA name. When you walk onto
It
the
is an
court,
NBA name.
that's an
It is an
NBA
NBA
name. When you walk
Right.
onto the freaking court,
Yeah, the
The
truth.
answer.
right? He's got legit game.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Wow.
Yeah, the truth,
Yeah,
the
that's
answer.
what that is.
Wow.
I
Well,
like-
if
I-
that ends up
truth.
taking off, you got to give Dave like a 0.3% royalty on.
I don't
anything
need
that
nothing
you
like
make.
that, man.
All right,
Matt,
just free worms.
Are we done with fishing with him? Can I ask him something outside
No,
of fishing?
of course you
All
can.
right. So Matt, you said you like to unwind, get rid of fishing. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you're not fishing?
I spend a lot of time in a tree. Honestly, I'm a big bow hunter and I love to bow hunt. But other than bow hunting, it's family time for me. I got 2 young girls, 9 and 4, and I spend a lot of time with them. We're down here in Islamorada with just my wife and I, and this is maybe the second trip in like 5 years that we've taken without the kids. So
Wow,
that's awesome.
This is a rare occurrence for us. But most of my downtime is spent in the off season hunting. Obviously prepping for the following season, but then spending as much time with those girls as I can.
Yeah.
So I don't hunt. I'm sorry, Brian.
No,
So
you're up.
So I don't hunt, Matt, but I need you to help me out with something. I follow alternative news, right? Now,
Unfortunately,
in the Carolinas, are you guys like when you get your deer, are you getting it tested for chronic wasting disease? Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, CWD. We're aware of it. We've had some EHD, some hemorrhagic disease, what they call blue tongue.
Yeah.
It's different than CWD, but we've had very few cases, if any, in my immediate area in the whole state. And that they put limitations on transporting, wild game across state lines now because of CWD, spread of CWD. But we don't have that issue in the Carolinas that I'm aware of at all, really.
What I'm following now is this guy from Montana is talking about all the game up there being just riddled with it. And this is meat that doesn't affect you immediately.
Right.
If you have a 10-year-old that eats the meat, 25 years later, he's getting the effects of this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. Correct me if you hear something different.
Oh, now I have not heard that, and I didn't know that. I did not know that was an issue that can be passed on to humans, and I sure hadn't heard about it 25 years later. But
Dave, was this on your?
Where'd you say your source was
That's
from?
what I'm going to say.
Exactly.
Anyone looking for the source, it's Can-Am Missing Project. The author's name is Dave Politis. It's on YouTube. Can-Am Missing Project.
All right. Dave also watches Sasquatch Chronicles. And
I was going to say that sounds reliable. I don't know.
No, go listen to what he has to say. He's a retired Sacramento police officer who investigates missing people in state parks. The thousands of missing people that just every year vanish in state parks and no one knows what happened to them. It's very intriguing stuff to watch, but he's also talking about things that no one else is talking about, like this chronic wasting disease.
Yeah.
And zero.
I'm going to
fish
check
were
it
caught.
out. You sparked my curiosity, so I'm going to check it out.
Yeah,
now.
Can-Am Missing Project, Dave Politis.
Politis.
Yep.
Dave Politis it is.
I got one.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian. What do you got?
Where we at? What's that, website or YouTube?
The website.
Oh, yeah. So Wayne Morris wants to know, and this is a question for Mike, Pete, Matt. As a co-angler.
Not so much John or Dave.
No, definitely. No. Well, Dave, you yeah.
As a
everybody,
co-angler, I've done co-angler.
As a co-angler, smoking on a boat.
Yeah. Oh, smoking on a boat.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah, I
Can I smoke?
Yeah,
is
I don't-
basically what Wayne's saying. Can I smoke?
I don't have a problem with it. Like I've been in.
So
boats.
how does an
correct-
aspiring smoker approach
well,
the situation?
I think the correct thing to do as a co-angler would be to say, "Do you mind if I smoke in your boat?" I mean, I have co-anglers ask me that, and I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know,
Matt.
Hey, I'll go ahead, Pete.
No, I just I've seen where, I've had this happen where their embers burn big holes in the carpet or something like that. So, I don't ever stop them. I just bring it to their attention. I said, yeah, just don't burn us out. And I don't mind.
So in my very short experience, I found that if you have a young guy, it's okay. But like Pete said, if you get an old guy from Georgia, he's going to have a 40-millimeter ash hanging off the end of it. You're just waiting for it. Yeah, you're just waiting for it to fall on your seat and singe you. No, I've seen that.
He's smoking one, and he's already lighting the other one.
Yeah, no, the end of it looks like an ugly stick. It's like hanging off the cigarette.
So if he's a Senko guy, he's probably not paying attention to his cigarette.
It just reminds me of getting yelled at by my dad when I smell the smoke. You know what I mean? I never said no to nobody.
Worse for me is chewing tobacco. Like it's nasty. I remember I was talking to Woo Daves in his boat, and I was coming over to his boat. We were on the the lawn trip, and I'm leaning on his boat, and I'm just talking to him, and he chews tobacco like all day, every day. And I go to walk away, and I'm stuck to the boat.
The woo shoe. What, he spit on your foot like Jesse Ventura did to that guy on the helicopter ride in Predator? Remember that? Spit it right on his foot. Remember that?
No. I would rather. I'm with you, Pete. I'd rather you smoke a boat. I'd rather somebody smoke than chew tobacco, because I used to fish with a buddy of mine. We fished team tournaments together, and he chewed straight up red man chew, and there would be a brown stain. The whole rim of the back top of my Ranger on the back deck would be just splotched brown. And I'm like, dude, can you not? His name, I'm not going to say his name, but is it that hard to lean over the side and spit? And he's one of them guys that when he spit, it would run down right here. It would be everywhere. And I didn't want to have to ever clean that up again. That was nasty.
It eventually affects the way they talk. Like their lip gets deformed. Like it has a weird cup in it. Their teeth, the bottom teeth, you can see more of them than you can the top because it recedes the gums. I don't know why you would do that. I'd rather just smoke a cigarette.
I don't know.
People love it, man.
They do love it.
People seem to really like it.
People seem to love this.
Sorry for you, guy. What am I even talking about?
All right, so
do
then we
18
covered
hours in the boat. I mean, driving down to Florida with Pep, and he's spitting. It's like a rap song for 18 hours, like.
Oh yeah, the sound.
Yeah, because when you talk,
it's got a rhythm to it.
Because when you talk to them, they'll be like, and then I told that dude. And then they'll finish this thing. They'll stop at mid-sentence to get it out.
It's a beat.
When I worked up north, I worked with guys that did that. Like northwestern New Jersey, they chewed the shit out of that, dude.
That's crazy. I don't know. Matt, we're going to let you go here. We know we appreciate your wife's
birthday.
Tell your wife
we appreciate your wife for carving out
anniversary.
some time for us. I do want to ask you one last question. 2022 Elite season's coming up. Do you have one event that you're looking forward to the most out of the whole schedule?
Yeah, and that's easy for me. It's am I saying this right, Mike? Oahe.
You're saying it right. Correct. That's correct. Oahe.
Okay.
Yes.
So and the reason is just because it's a place I've never been, and as a fisherman, I am always curious to go to new venues, and that is a place I've never been to. I've heard really cool things about it. I've never been to North or South Dakota, so it'll be a new adventure for me, and I always look forward to new places.
Hey, Matt, nobody's been to North or South Dakota.
South Dakota's governor's a smoke show, dude. Christy Nome.
Oh, she's pretty hot.
Right, well,
is she really?
No doubt,
she's a smoke show.
Maybe she'll come to the tournament.
How do you spell that?
Noem. Christy Nome.
Wow.
Look that up later.
Wow. Matt, we appreciate you coming on the show, dude. It was great having you on. Will you come on again after you win one of these things?
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all having me, man. I've had a blast.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, it was awesome, and have a good remainder of your vacation down in Florida.
Tell your wife thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Will do. I will do. See y'all soon. Thanks.
Later, dude.
Matt Airy, everybody. Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
Yes.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Pete.
Mike, I would like to invite everybody to come see the truth at the Bass University.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right. Matt's speaking with us. What are, off the top of your head, you know what topics he's talking about?
Truth.
He's he's going to be speaking the truth. You're right.
He's speaking truth.
Yeah, all things true.
The underspins, which kind of relates to how to catch fish, but he's got a really cool underspin that he designed, and he's also going to be tackling when things get tough.
Which
how to
which
make
is
it
every
happen.
day in New Jersey.
Every day, all the Jersey people need to watch. So January 23rd, go over to thebassuniversity.com, get yourself signed up. The truth.
Yeah, the truth.
We'll be speaking the truth.
I like it.
That's a way better nickname than Pickles.
No, if any of these guys want nicknames, they can reach out to me.
Yeah, right.
I'm on Telegram at Dave Brodzik. That's it. That's the only
Brian,
place
can you
I'm at.
put that up on the screen a little later in the show?
That's the only place you can find them.
Yeah, it's all in place on that. I used to be on Parlor, then that got shut down and never came back on.
The thing is, when you sign up for Telegram, though, you get like bugs and viruses.
Nah, you
and
don't.
all
You
kinds
get it
of
off the
stuff.
Play Store. You're fine.
Really?
Don't never download the European version. That's when you get it.
Oh, okay. That's that's what I tried to do.
You know what's crazy? I got a freaking text message the other day saying that Donald Trump has his new.
Truth Social.
How do I get a text message about that stuff, though?
You probably call
Dave signed you up for it.
You probably have him as a contact in your phone.
Dude, that's somehow.
Without a doubt.
Let me tell you what that's like. Go
Go
that's
ahead.
somehow like this pisses me off to no end.
Yes.
So I don't know, like my last iPhone or something I got, right? Apple, so I get the iPhone and I'm like, I had to get my music transferred, and I transferred my music from my old iPhone to my new one. So
Let me
I
get
got
my
all
music and viruses.
Yeah, so I got all my music transferred over. So then, it's Apple Music or whatever, the iTunes or whatever. So then I go and I'm like, cool, I got all my music. I plug in my phone, I'm driving, and I'm listening. And I know every song that's on there because they're albums and bands that I like and songs I like. And all of a sudden I'm driving. You know what I'm going to say? All of a sudden, dude, a U2.
Oh, my God, the
Bono
U2 song.
starts playing. And I'm like.
That's a few years ago.
A few years ago, yeah. Dude, I perk up and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they fucking didn't.
Deep State.
No. Sure as shit. There's YouTube automatically downloaded on my phone. I wanted to kill YouTube. YouTube, Bono. I wanted to strangle him.
The globalists.
No. Apple actually has something going on with U2.
It's
right?
crap.
And they load their music onto the freaking Apple phone before you even get it.
Can we make fun of YouTube people? You want to do that? Because I never understood.
I have no
that
problems
band.
with that, man.
I never understood YouTube.
Every girl that I ever met that likes U2, right, is freaking a disaster
Any
today.
girl I ever met that I like U2 didn't want to talk to me after the second sentence.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What is it all about? Guy can't fucking sing. The only good part about that band is actually the guitarist.
Dude, it is the walk-in music to a suicide.
U2?
Yes. That's my opinion. If I was going to kill myself, I would walk into that room to U2.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to debate it, but let's probably.
Let's move on. But
I think you're all right,
yeah,
and I agree. But
you're
let's
right.
move
But
on.
that's what it reminds me of. Let me thank you guys for watching the show. We have one more segment left. We're going to take a break. We're still pretty good on time. I like this.
Yeah,
hour.
Yeah, look at that. We got fake. We got fake time restrictions.
No, I know we have
by
fake
people
time
that aren't
restrictions.
watching the show.
But listen to me. The third segment's coming up, and we got some special stuff happening. We have a special in-studio guest appearance from Dem Belmar Boys, and then we're also going to be doing a MTB unboxing. John, you're going to help us with this unboxing
I'm pretty
tonight.
good at that stuff.
And Pete, here's the best thing of all. In this third segment, we're going to be taking live Zoom callers, live Zoom guests. We're going to be giving away prizes.
Yes,
I can't wait for this. This is going to be a good one.
Yep.
Let's take a break.
Brian,
ready
can
for
you
this?
kick like cable 4 or something?
What is it?
Can you kick cable 4 loose that you won't know how to put back in?
All right, don't listen to Dave. All right.
So Valdez is coming?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
All right, hang in there. When we come back, more of Ike Live. Yes. All right, Dave.
All I'm going to say is.
There it goes. you know, right now where we're standing, we're in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is right there. This is the concrete jungle. And, you know, a lot of those kids, as they grow up, they don't fish. It's interesting because they're surrounded by water, you know, the Delaware River, the Schuylkill, ponds, city park lakes, but they don't have the influence to cast, to fish, to have a rod and reel. And that became our focus, you know, is to target kids in what we call non-traditional areas, you know, urban areas, city centers, where the population's high, and let these kids have the experience. You know, it's amazing. I mean, some of the experiences we've had, whether it's Central Park in New York City, here in Camden, other parts of the country, even just casting.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to see it, isn't it?
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
And you know, you see these kids have this experience they've never had, and they light up, you know? The big thing, I think, for the Ike Foundation is we're not saying we want all these kids to become professional anglers.
No.
It'd be great if some of them did, but we want them to have that fishing experience because it ties them to so many other positive things. The outdoors, nature, conservation. Ecology, you know, all these amazing things in life that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to any other way. We're trying to help with that. So it's important. It's important for us.
Yeah.
We're proud of it.
At Founders Brewing, we asked ourselves, what if we brewed a beer perfect for any occasion? A beer that makes a weekday feel more like the weekend, and the weekend feel more like an adventure. What if we brewed a beer that brought us together and allowed us to be ourselves? A beer that is just as much of a companion as it is a reward at the end of the journey. What if we explored the unknown together and found a new way? What if we celebrated taste and flavor and life's simple pleasures? And what if we brewed a beer that could go where you go without slowing you down? What if? Founders All Day IPA. Low ABV and full flavor that goes where you go. Chase your what if.
4.5-inch drop shot worm. Bama bug. Finesse jig, PB&J. Give me something hard. Hey, KVD here. Now, I didn't always know this much about fishing. 4-aught EWG worm hook. In fact, there was a time when I couldn't tell the difference between a jerkbait and a stickbait. But then I signed up for Mystery Tackle Box, the original monthly tackle subscription. And now I know more about fishing than I do about calculus.
And he knows a lot about calculus.
Plus, I get amazing extras like free fishing magazines. October 2016. Featured article, 4 places to throw a frog. Exclusive decals. Zombie bass. And how-to videos for all the great baits I receive. How to tune a crankbait. Is that underwater footage I smell?
I got goosebumps.
So if you're looking to develop enhanced fishing abilities like me, or you just like getting new tackle every month, go to mysterytacklebox.com and get your box today. Ooh, live minnows. Is it lunchtime already? Nature's candy.
It's more than who you are. It's who you're with. And it's more than what you do. It's where you do it. Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey.
John, get out of the camera shot. All righty. Guys, just hang in there one more second. We need just a little bit more time for Mike to sabotage his entire career with this horrific skit that he insists on doing. It's going to be amazing. Just hang in there one more second as they put on their costumes.
So anything's possible. I mean, there's a 30-pound bag in this lake, I promise you that. It'd be awfully tough to catch right now this time of year, but anything's possible. Oh, God. What a fish, dude. What a fish. I mean, giant. Giant. Can't start day 3 of the Bassmaster Classic like that. Everything looks good. I missed it. Why are they missing it? I'm tempted to switch colors, but that one swallowed it, you know? Why? God, eat it. Why are y'all missing it? 5 bites and we ain't landed one yet, though. Well, I changed colors and the first one that bit it ate it, so that's a good sign. But that's not the right kind. This thing's a little bit more subtle than that popping frog. Well, we got the right color now, we do know that. We got the right color, we know that. 100% got the right color now. We're 2 for 2 on bites. If I'd have just rolled up to this dang point with this in my hand first, I'm good. Never mind, hold on. Not a big one. Back to what I was saying. And see, we made a little color change. We captured one. We're gonna get more opportunities too. Not a big one, but it's a start. I don't mind laying that one in if I got 4 6s to go with it. See them real shallow grass patches up there? That sucker was sitting in one of them. I don't see how his back wasn't out of the water. When he come out, it was awake. I'm talking about, dude. It scared me before he bit it.
Mike's got to sit in the middle of the chair, and we both, I would say both of us would have to.
And then when you peel it off, just rip it off.
In the same, in the love seat. Just saying.
So Mike, come in with asking me, like, come in with your best island boys, but throw to me what island I'm from.
Okay.
And then I'll go Belmar from there.
All right.
Like, you ask me the questions, all right, if you want to.
Come here. Come here. Yes! That makes up a little bit for that one that we lost this morning, but that is a beautiful fish. I don't want to say game changer because I'm going to need a lot more than that, but hey, that may be the biggest one we weighed in this week, baby. You know, it's about what I expected. I expected, you know, hopefully to get a big bite or two. I started here today because I've caught a couple key fish here every day, but I haven't been here till 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. So I put it first in my rotation today, and this place has got, I mean, this little area right here has got the potential to produce a 20+ pound bag. It's got the fish here. It's just a matter of they you know, they're feeding first thing in the morning, then they kind of move around in these trees and bushes and they reposition. So you're liable to catch one, you know, you're liable to catch 2 off the same tree 2 hours apart. You know, you catch one early and pull back in here an hour or 2 later and catch one or two more, and they just move around in this stuff. You know, they seem to reposition in it every day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Mike, what'd you like to call this?
Belmar boy.
Career suicide?
Yeah. I see. Dave, what island are you from?
I'm from Burlington Island. I live in Burlington Island. I don't.
Dave was born next to Cooper River.
Yeah, I was born on Burlington Island, and sometimes I go fishing on. Sometimes I fish on Chester Island.
Yo, Chode.
Why you calling me Chode, dude? Like what? Hold on.
Why's your girl keep pulling out, Chode?
Dude, because I got it at the Berlin Mart. I mean, what do you? I don't have the kind of money to go to a doctor and get Dude, I'm making the kind of bank to go to a doctor and just get one put in normal, dude.
What's your favorite food, Chode?
Dude, so I'll go to Gino's and I'll get like, I'll get like a steak. I'll get cheese. I'll get a whiz with.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I'll go to, I'll go right across the way to Pat's and I'll get their cheese fries and their root beer.
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you like to do?
I see. Where you want to go on vacation, Chode?
I don't know. I was thinking like maybe take the family to North Wildwood. You know, like go on the boardwalks and check out the rides. What do you think, dude?
Yeah. I see.
What do you think about opening boxes, dude?
Maybe open that box.
Maybe crack it like nearly ASAP.
All right. The Belmar boys are going to do a mystery tackle box unboxing, Chodes. My favorite part of the box. Brian said it's career suicide. All right. I see.
We're island boys.
All right. I got one. Jay, pick one.
We're just island boys.
All right. Pick one. Yeah. All right, John, this is how it goes. Show the bait. Tell them why you picked it. Tell them about the bait. Wow, look at this thing, dude.
That.
Wow.
I'll totally throw that on Burlington. I would use that on Burlington Island. You kidding me, dude?
Yo, Chode. You got your favorite, Chode. All right, what do you got, John? Talk about it.
Phoenix spinnerbait. Green pumpkin. Epic on the freaking Delaware River.
Really?
All right.
Really good.
It's a good looking bait. All right, what we got here? We have a 13 fishing spin walker. Look at this. Bone colored walking bait with a prop in the body. Look at that. Yeah. Icy. What you got, Chode?
So I got this. I got this Excite crankbait. It's a shallow runner. Hang on, it runs probably like on square bill runs maybe like about foot and a half. I like it for the river. What do you think, Dad?
Icy.
I saved these other ones for Brian and Chalk Demon. Oh, all right. I didn't know it was just us. I thought Chalk Demon was going to break one down. That's all right. I messed up. No, you don't have to. I just didn't. Here, throw that back over. So Brian likes to throw like the finesse baits, and he likes to throw the drop shots. I thought this Bondi Bait Company bait would work pretty good on a drop shot. What do you think, dude?
Let me see that.
Look at that.
Yo, Chode. That's
think?
pretty nice, Chode.
On the point on Chester Island?
Trailer.
Could be a trailer and a spinnerbait, Chode.
No, I got the best trailer for that, John McGraw. Talking about liking green on the river. Look at this, dude. How'd that go on the Delaware River?
Nah.
On the back of his bait. No, dude, Matt Airy, $1 million, was talking about that, and we were chalking him for it.
That looks good.
Powerbait Paul would like that, Chode.
Now all of a sudden it don't work. Matt Airy likes it.
Has anybody got the Philadelphia Eagles score?
Dude, you sounded like my accountant who lives in Fishtown, like totally hammered. He is, dude.
Fishtown.
a spiral staircase.
What do you got there? You guys got some baits up there?
No,
for
he's
this
got a spiral
MPB?
staircase. What are you talking about?
That actually looks good.
Dude, so from an old Navy sub. He's got a
You're
spiral
right.
staircase going up to the basement.
That actually looks really good, dude. Look at that. Wow.
That's why I said, man, Harry talked that everybody was on him.
That
And
actually looks good,
I
dude.
present it, and all of a sudden it's no good. I mean, what do you know?
That looks really good.
The hypocrisy here is amazing.
I can see that working on Delaware. Look at that. Water.
No, the water. Come
What
on.
else you got
How,
there?
how can on the spot Paul get water right, and you don't even do water right? We're talking about the Belmont.
Waters.
Well, I want to go get some Jeet.
So what are we doing? We're going to another break? Oh, wait, we're bringing somebody on. Somebody wants to talk questions. I'll answer a few.
Yeah, I just put the Zoom link up.
All right.
Somebody come on here and save us from Mike's turbine.
All right, this was a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Glusek accelerated his COVID and maybe he's like on a respirator already.
Did you see
What'd he do?
the drool?
Yeah,
Dude, it was like a 3-foot drool coming
I
from
know,
your
it
lip.
came
You're
out
gonna
of
go
the
live.
ice
Yeah, you're
drill.
gonna go live on Pete's face, and he's gonna have a respirator.
Pete bailed when he saw what we were doing.
He totally tapped out.
Yeah, he tapped out, and
Yeah.
Becky, who was supposed to come back for this, sent me a
Decided
message.
to
She's
bail
like,
too.
"Yeah, f you."
Yeah, I'm not coming back. Yeah, this is actually a good box, though, man. I
Is
like
it?
some of the stuff. Yeah, that's an interesting. You see that?
I've never
thing?
seen that before. I can't get this off me.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I actually like that.
Yeah. Who makes
wow.
Yeah, who makes that?
Yeah, 13 fishing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jake, go get me a Snickers.
All right,
All
Dave.
right.
Dave actually pulled something out here. Look at this Flutter Magic Spoon.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
I remember
Flutter
catching.
spoon.
I remember catching pickerels with the red and white
Pickerels.
ones.
Look at this Flutter Magic Spoon. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool looking.
Oh, that's legit right there, man.
All right, Pete was supposed to give us the top 5. What happened to that?
He texted it to me.
Oh, okay.
Would he bail?
Yeah.
He went Medford on you. You just left.
He went Medford. Straight
Is
out
that
of
what
Medford.
happens up there?
Yeah, straight out of Medford. House husband named Gluzek.
I drove by his house to get here. That's all I got to say.
Oh, my God.
Straight out of Medford. House husband named Gluzek.
I said hi, Shelly off of 295. I said, whoa. Before you get COVID, come.
Take that the mic.
But you were fishing on the water.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right, this is Pete Glusek's official top 5 moments from Ike Live.
Before you do that, I just want
Yeah.
to give a shout out to Becky, who's watching on Facebook. Becky, this little Snickers is just really hitting the spot right now.
It's fabulous. All right.
So I want to thank you for
Becky
that.
Iaconelli? Oh.
Becky Iaconelli.
Are you giving her a shout out for finger foods?
For Snickers.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, Becky.
All right, here's Pete Glusek's top 5 favorite Ike Live moments of 2021. Coming in at number 5,
Dave not on the
Mark
show.
Schaefer winning the Ike Foundation Celebrity Pro-Am. There you go.
I mean, I got to agree with that. I hope the
Yeah.
respirator doesn't.
And the Vexus prop crushing the dock at the boat launch. I remember that in the morning. Do you remember that?
What was it?
There was this Vexus that launched in the morning. We were launching boats, and I guess the boater put his co-boat or his buddy in that didn't know how to use
Co-boat.
it. And the thing's like back in, like, you know, it came off the trailer, but it like had momentum. And it's like going back into one of those pilings, you know? And everybody sees it like, hey. And the guy didn't know what to do. So he jumped down and started up the outboard just as he hit the piling.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was like, it hit, and then it went, dung, 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 dung. And everybody was just like, and it was like beautiful, gorgeous brand boat.
and the
Peter named that as one of his top 5
That's
live moments.
number 5. Schaefer winning and that happening.
Peter.
Yes.
How edgy of
That's
you.
a good one. Number 4, and this is a good one, the Remembering A-Mart, the A-Mart memorial show we had, which was a great one. Number 3, Ike actually made his announcement that he announced he was going to announce years and years before.
Is that 3, 2, and 1?
That's funny. That's 3. Number 2, the return of Stormtrooper. Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I thought it would have been number 1. Dave not on the show
Stormtrooper
ever.
back. And then number 1 is Ish's 2 minute appearance then leaving his Zoom on by accident, then BTC deleting his contact info.
Pete.
Permanently.
Pete, let me tell
That's a
you.
good
Wow.
list, dude.
You know what, Pete?
I wish Pete
He
brought
puts
that kind of stuff live.
Good list.
He wanted to.
Yeah.
He wanted to. He tried to get it in. He got random. Grab my phone.
So like
Hey,
my
uh,
4-year.
No, but Pete's got to be honest about himself. You know, like that we feared that was going to be 20 minutes. You know what I mean? He knows that. He knows he's long. You know, he's a very well thought out, long-winded guy. Long tooth also.
He's an engineer, man. That's why.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bridges ain't just across the way. You know what I mean?
I want to.
So when I don't show up next year at the first episode of Ike Live,
You might have to make it an annual appearance now.
right? Are you guys gonna say it's like top 5? Top 5 is gonna be McGraw.
Yeah, McGraw celebrating his
Fucking
birthday.
5.
You ain't done nothing yet to make it.
Nah,
fun.
you haven't angered drunk dad yet, dude.
No, he's got a Rapala. He's
come
got a
on,
Rapala
man.
sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's like just because you showed up, don't put you on a goddamn. You do something. You ain't said nothing yet.
Yeah.
Get on the list.
Yeah.
All right.
Get on
I'll
the list
get
by
on
saying
the list.
something. I showed up.
I haven't-
I feel
got-
better having him here.
So do I. I love him here.
Yeah.
All right.
But he don't get on the list.
I did want to
figure this out.
real
What
quick.
is this?
in
What is this? UNICEF?
Did you put the? Oh yeah, you have
Just
it up
handing
there.
out, handing out
I feel like this
prizes.
is. Oh, all right.
I just wanted to say, if anybody's still
Shout out
watching,
John
and they
Valdez.
probably aren't because of
Anybody's
that
still big.
failed skit.
No, that skit
we
wasn't bad. We
do
didn't drag
have
it on.
the
It was
Zoom.
terrible.
No, I wasn't that
It
bad.
was pretty bad. We
bad.
do have the Zoom number and code up. If you're interested tonight, you're watching, you want to get on the show. We're giving away some great prizes. Jake, you want to grab a few of those and show them to everybody? We've got some great shirt and hat combos we're giving away. So if you want to come on and you're actually a good guest and we decide to keep going for a little bit.
Shoot him over here, man.
Well, you
Come
can
on.
already put one aside
throw
for Chris from New York. You know he's going to get one.
Yeah, Chris
so.
from New York's going to get one.
We're giving away Brian's Big Bash Dreams hat to Jake Haas.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Right.
good one.
Got an Ike Live hat
Heck yeah.
with an MTB T-shirt.
MTB T-shirt. Word.
You should sign that white part of that hat, Mike.
Sign
Let's
up.
all sign it.
Got
Yeah,
another
Bibles.
You
Ike
too,
Live hat.
John.
Ike Live hat with a Founders shirt.
Founders T-shirt.
Wow, word? Oh, word?
I would win that.
Yeah. That's a good one. And there's another one, too.
I don't have a
Got it.
Founders
A
t-shirt.
Founders hat.
All Day IPA hat with another Founder shirt.
Wow. Nice guess. All right.
I would wear
So if
that.
you're watching, you want to chime in. While we're waiting, what was the Tom story? You got a call from Tom?
Yeah, so,
What the hell
dude,
is
What the
that
fuck
thing,
is
dude?
that?
Dude, it was.
Dude,
What is
yeah.
that?
How is there a insect?
No, it's a stink bug.
That's an alien.
No, it's a
no,
stink
you
bug.
punch them right
Nah,
out of the
it's-
sky, make you feel
It's
quick.
a freaking drone.
Definitely
it's a
make
stink
you.
bug.
No, it is.
Ah!
So the deep state absolutely has insect-type drones that are designed.
No,
to
get
yes,
out
they
of
do.
here.
Absolutely.
Drones the size of an insect?
They have
You got a
drones
chimney,
this
man.
big that they can throw in the air and get forward reconnaissance on, dude. This
Yeah,
big.
I believe it. I believe that.
This big.
Oh,
man.
no, no.
But anyway, so Tom called. I'm coming back from North Jersey. I'm in the night it's snowing. I come back from Bound Brook on
Yeah.
287.
Yeah.
It's
He
North
called me that
Jersey.
night too. I couldn't take the call.
So he calls me and is like, "Look, dude, I'm like, I got the boat. I'm about to go get tackle. I'm afraid if I reach out to McGraw, he's going to give me like $1 million worth of stuff, and I'm not even going to get out of plastics.
Oh,
you know, how Tom
yeah.
delivers things.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, Tom, whatever you do in soft plastics,
probably
you
call
need
me
black,
first.
you need green.
Yeah.
I said when you get to the hard baits and the spinner baits, you need a shad color and you need something chartreuse. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
That's it. Dude,
Yeah.
Red
you
in
know,
the
and-
spring. Got to put red in the spring.
Yeah.
It's always.
But
friggin'
that's
a
what.
deal.
Then he started talking about like when he talks to you, you like make him go and spend like $100 on just one thing, dude. He was terrified to
Dude,
like
yeah,
get advice from you.
it's pretty funny.
Yo, we should send Tom some Tackle Warehouse
what?
gift cards that don't actually work.
I told him to come over to my house. Like I got
But
stuff that
for
I.
context for people, our friend Tom, guy we all grew up with, just recently went out and bought a brand new fully rigged boat.
Yeah.
He's got money. He's got money to burn, and
He's living off the government.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
living off
not
the
living off the government. He earned his pension through the Coast Guard, and now he has like a
Like Lieutenant
contracting
Dan.
job with the with the Coast Guard. But
Lieutenant Dan.
so he was always the least equipped angler in our group. Is that safe
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah.
His
Brown
tackle
paper
bag was a Wawa, bag that he
Brown
put his
paper
sandwich
bag.
in.
Wawa.
He left at
You
18.
know.
Went into the military. We got to give him credit for that, right?
Yeah.
He served our country.
All right,
which
we don't have
means
to kill
everything.
time anymore. Get
Right,
to the
I'm
bottom
just
of the story.
saying.
We got guests
Right,
lined up.
right. But that's how he actually.
And then he went out and got a fully rigged boat,
strong.
and now he's like buying rods and equipment, and it's like you
kinda
get
cool,
to steer
man.
him along that
Yeah.
way.
I like it.
Because I always wonder if all my shit burnt down, how I would restart.
Yeah.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean?
you already know because you drove all the way. Now, for people listening, we live 8 hours from Lake Champlain. Dave loaded up his boat. maybe like packed a lunch, clothes, everything. Maybe even had a companion with them and went all the way to Lake Champlain without fishing rods.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
I did that. I went all the way to the Potomac I did that.
I
for a
got there and
tournament.
I didn't have
Without
the rods.
any, John?
With no rods.
For a tournament.
For a freaking Potomac
Yeah.
tournament, I got all the way down to Baltimore and realized I didn't have any rods in my boat.
Yeah.
And I
It
freaking turned back
happens.
around, right? Slept that night because I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll get there
we
at
got a
7
caller
in the
on the line.
morning, man.
But should the guy who didn't bring his boat keys to a tournament with me be
Are
talking
you kidding
about
me,
me?
dude?
Should
You drove to Champlain 7 hours.
I know, but I mean,
7 hours.
But are you qualified to make that rip?
Icy.
I mean, we all make mistakes, but that's
Yeah.
a big one, dude.
But I'm not allowed to make them?
Yeah.
With geography. That's all we're talking about.
All right, so we have Scott. Hold on a second.
All right.
Welcome in. Steven,
Steven.
I think. Steven Scott. Scott Stevens.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Steven.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, can you-
Scott Stevens?
Steven Scott.
From the New
Steven
Jersey
Scott.
Devils, defenseman. Yes.
Yes. How you doing tonight?
Really?
Yes.
Good, guys. Good. How are you?
Good. Well, okay. Where are you from? What's going on? What's happening?
I call it the redneck mecca. I'm from Memphis. You know, we got the Pyramid Bass Pro. So,
Heck yeah.
You know.
Heck yeah.
Dude.
So we're just, man, the weather patterns down here unseasonably warm today. We had snow Thursday. It was 50 something today. It was 75 last Saturday. So you can imagine trying to figure out where fish are is damn near impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. Now here's a
But
couple.
just 'cause it's changing.
Here's a couple things for you. First of all, did you know that pyramid in Memphis, which is the Bass Pro Shops pyramid, it was actually not built for Bass Pro Shops. Bass Pro Shops bought the building. It's the second biggest pyramid in the world.
Wait,
in the world. Did you know that?
And it has
I had
the
no idea.
largest. It has the largest freestanding elevator in the United States.
Yes, sir. That's
Really?
very true.
Freestanding elevator.
Yep, in Memphis.
Holy
in
shit.
Memphis, and
That's
it's
some stuff.
the elevator's by Otis. Shout out to Otis.
Shout out to
Right.
Dave Butenos Jr.
Right.
Yeah.
The other question I had.
Mechanic.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
other,
good thing he's in New Jersey because that shit wouldn't work in fucking Tennessee.
It would. No. Here's the other question I had for you. Talk to me about the Asian carp, because the last time I fished, I actually fished in Memphis. I fished on the river. Dude, those Johns were jumping in the boat. They were everywhere. You'd go to start the outboard up, and 50 of them would jump in the boat. What's going on with the Asian carp?
Well, all I know is if we get one, we're supposed to throw it on the bank and kill that because they're so invasive. You know, they bring them in to fix something else, and now you just can't go anywhere without, you know, running into them. So,
Yeah.
you know, a couple of the wardens that I've talked to are like, you know, if you catch one, kill it. We want them. We want them gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They're very, very, very invasive. Crazy invasive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere. They're everywhere.
Wuhan. They call him Wuhan carp.
They do. Another big topic here. Elvis. Is Elvis still alive?
Depends on who you ask.
He'd have to be over 100 years old to be alive, man.
Would he be? Would he be 100?
Oh, man. Yeah.
So the proper question would have been, did Elvis die when they said he died? That would have been the proper question.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, he would have not definitely have aged out by now.
Yeah.
He would have?
Yeah.
He's up in
Is
the
he in his
at
100s?
least 90 something.
Well, he could, but the potential there is still be alive, though.
No, not the way he lived.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
So in Tennessee, what is the rumor
birthday
intel
was
about
yesterday.
it?
Oh, really?
So
how old would he have been?
Shit, I can't even remember. You know, funny you should ask that. A lifelong Memphian. I live out in the suburbs. It was the country when my folks moved here because they were from the Tennessee River area, Pickwick. But I actually just built his new museum about 3 years ago.
So you're a
and
carpenter?
actually got. No, I'm project man. I am a carpenter by trade, but my father said, you know, hey, you're an educated person. You need to be the boss. Don't work with your hands the rest of your life. So
Yeah.
my father's a carpenter. So, yeah. I was a project manager. The owner's rep, Elvis Presley Enterprises, hired us to manage it. So it was a $50 million project. And, you know, I'd never been to Graceland up until that point besides driving by it. It's not in the greatest of areas, you know. You don't stay down there after dark type thing.
Yeah.
But I was able, as we were building, able to sit in his cars because we were trying to get it open for his for the annual candlelight vigil we have every year. So, but it's amazing. Built a satellite studio in there, and just an amazing place. Before it was like a strip mall with just a bunch of his shit in there. I mean, it was so tacky. Now you actually have a venue, a performance venue, a couple restaurants. Like I said, a Sirius XM satellite radio place in there just for his channel. So
cool.
Amazing. And I tell you, it's amazing how they've cataloged everything that he's ever owned. He has 3 or 4 warehouses. Well, I say Elvis Presley Enterprises, of just his stuff, and it's all cataloged.
Wow.
Hey, let me ask you something, my friend. If someone were going to defect to Tennessee,
Okay.
and they want to be around people, not around any riffraff at all, and they wanted to go to an area that had a decent wrestling program, like wrestling, what would you recommend that person go to? High school
Nashville
wrestling.
Suburbs.
It's called National.
Honestly.
It's called
Nashville. The Nashville.
Nashville suburbs.
Pretty much where you live now, except for in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a couple programs here, some private schools, but a lot of the stronger ones are from Middle and East Tennessee. And the further you go east, the more beautiful this state is. If you've ever visited, Ike's been down.
Yeah, I just bought 20 acres in East Tennessee.
What?
Right outside Johnson City
Oh, look
in
at you.
Greenville.
Come in here swinging like that.
Smart man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
That's my retirement plan, is to move up that way and
right
either there or over into North Carolina.
Well,
so towards
think
the
about
north-
it, dude, because some damn Yankees are already buying up land. down
Yeah,
there.
hurry up. You got to go.
Well, you don't have to
here.
worry about me, man.
So how far out of Nashville, going east towards North Carolina, are you not too far away from cool stuff, but close enough? Like, you're not around no riffraff, but you're still around, like, people, taxpayers.
Well, obviously we have
put the wig
country
back on
music
and say
capital
that.
right there. So you've got a lot of
Hold on.
affluent areas.
This makes it better.
But even Nashville, they've been building like crazy. They can't keep up with the demand. So
Right.
Nashville in itself is not terrible. I mean, unless you're into, if you go down to the bar scene on Broadway and things
I
like
get it.
that. But you could, 30, 45 minutes and you've got all the land you can want. You're close enough to the city, but you've got that country lifestyle and things like that.
So 30 minutes away from Nashville, I'm looking at maybe a graduating class of about 300-400 kids in high school is what you might be thinking.
Yeah, something
All
like
right,
that.
got it. Thank you.
That 500 would be max.
All right. Let's go. It's important. I never get to talk to him from Tennessee. I asked for Mike. I have one of his friends turned me into Arkansas. Guy never even called me back.
I gave you Kevin. I gave you Kevin.
And
Short's
Kevin Short blew
number.
me off. I sent him a question. Just I asked this young man.
You
who answered
asked
me
one
beautifully.
question. You didn't even follow up.
He didn't even. How you gonna follow up when he don't get back to you? It's
He
called
didn't get back
stalking.
to you? I thought
it's
he
called
did.
stalking after that.
Nah, he's got to have some stick-to-itiveness.
Hold on, let me finish that in there. All right, now go ahead. I'm not
All
gonna
right,
ask
yeah,
no
we
more
got 2 more callers. One already
All
dropped
right.
out. Scott Stevens or Steven Scott. You related to Michael Scott?
No.
All right. Well,
Thanks for the
No,
Tennessee.
but guess what? Guess
intel.
what? That great information.
Yes.
We need to get your info because you
Jake.
just won a prize. Jake, you got it?
All right.
Yes. Love it.
Message you on
Hey,
Facebook.
I tell you
Steven.
what, guys. By the way, and I know you guys travel, especially Ike, obviously on the road this year again.
Dave doesn't travel
and
anywhere.
hopefully I'll run into
More
you
than any
at
of you.
Chick or Lake Fork because I usually go and I'll marshal one of the elite stops. So I was at Pickwick last year when we got flooded, so I got to hang out with Gerald and Brock Mosley while they were panicking, trying to figure out where they're going to take their
Gerald?
campers because it was about to flood at the
yeah.
Farland.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I went fishing. I had a blast. I went fishing, just bank fishing and
Caught the
wreck
shit out of
crawling.
him.
Yep.
You're flipping park
So-
benches, man. Right?
Yeah, I was on the boat. I only got to stay one day because it got delayed so much, and I was with Destin DeMarion, a nice young man up there from Erie.
Yeah, he's a
Lake
Yankee.
Erie.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's on the series this year, but super. I mean, I learned so much. I figured out the difference between us guys. I try to fish 4 or 5 days a week.
Dang.
Damn.
You
Like
know,
John
even if it's 30
Valdez.
minutes.
Yeah.
And as long as I don't go to jail type thing.
Project
I look
manager
for
money.
open water anywhere I can because I've fished my whole life, but I never got serious until the last, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years. And So I appreciate the Bass University and all the guys that give all that information because, I eat it up, and as soon as I see something, I go try it. 'Cause there's a lot of things I would never just go
Steve,
try.
I got a question for you, and this is extremely important to me. So you just jumped on here, and you have a headset with a microphone on it from your home.
I'm right with you.
And I can't get, my co-host, my other co-host for the Bass University to get a headset with a microphone. We're going on a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So Steve, just imagine if Justin Kimmel, Pete Glusick were standing in front of you. Could you give them a piece of advice on how to get a headset with a microphone?
Plead to Pete Glusick to get a headset.
Yeah, a solo cup and a.
You know what? Just go steal your kids. I've got.
They know more than us.
I'm literally. Hey, honestly, guys, here I'm gonna move. I'm in my junior's room because he's in my
Heck
office.
yeah!
My college sophomore is home as well. So, I told him, I said, get out. I'm going to use your room.
Right on.
But they have like 4 headsets. I said, well, give me the best one. I'm going on with some really important people.
One important person and his Klingons.
But now, I mean, they're not expensive. This one was not expensive. I mean, they have some that are like $200.
You hear that, Pete?
This one.
Yeah, Gluzek talks to us in like his truck stop sushi headset that he buys with like a little tiny nub on it.
Oh, yeah. So. All right, well, that's.
I know you got other guys. Real quick,
later.
If you ever get down into Memphis and you want real barbecue, you got to look me up because I will take you to the right places. We have some of the big places that are really good. Don't get me wrong, but I'll take you where you need to go.
All right. Well, if we don't get there, I'll send you my address and you can ship it up here.
Dry ice.
Hey, I wouldn't do that. You know why? I can't stand reheated food like that. I want it fresh
travel
when
well.
it comes out.
I'll eat
Brian
it cold.
will eat stuff ice cold. He
I'll eat
it.
I'll eat it cold the next day on
with
the boat.
unwashed hands.
You got to remember, Brian's still stealing rolls out of Del Buno's trash can.
I'm not stealing them. They threw them out. They ain't stealing.
It ain't stealing. It's trash.
I tell you what, the Rendezvous is the big one that has ribs, and they do actually do the dry shipping and things like that. So they are good. But hey, I promise that's on me. I'll take you to lunch. Any of you.
Thank you, man.
Deal. Thank you, man.
That's fucking awesome.
Good to hear from you, buddy.
Good talking to you. Have a good one.
You too. Good luck this year, Ike.
Thank you.
Good to meet you, Steve.
East Tennessee. All right.
All right. Is that on the checklist? Is that on the list or off the list?
We have been looking that way.
Yeah.
We have been, but we've really been. We've been almost northern central Tennessee is where we've been looking.
I'll be honest with you. Tennessee's really nice. I would agree. 100%. I like that area. I like where Ott lives near Knoxville is nice.
Yeah, I'm actually
super nice there.
I'm about 45 minutes east of Knoxville.
Yeah.
Right. I'm helping my uncle out. He's living there, and I'm taking on the mortgage. Right. So that's my deal.
Cool.
Right. And so if it works out after I retire or whatever, we're going to go there.
I just felt like being in a well-regulated militia would work better in Arkansas than it would Tennessee.
Right.
I feel like there's too many people in Tennessee, not so many in Arkansas.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a great culture in Nashville, but right.
Sounds great.
Oh, we got another
creative.
We got the lead singer of.
I like the creative culture there.
System of a Down.
Heck yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hell yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Serge.
Serge.
He needs
Serge
a hat.
Tankian, everybody.
Yeah. He needs a hat.
Serge.
Wake up.
Welcome to Ike Live.
Put a little in the makeup.
I'm going to use that color sometime in future artistry.
Definitely love the mauve.
I love it. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing good. You guys talking to me?
Yeah. We're talking to you.
It's all you.
Yeah, we're talking to you. What do you got, a problem?
All right. Yo, it's an honor. I'm a big Ike Live fan. I've seen every single episode of Ike Live or listened to it on the podcast.
All right.
Yeah. All right. First of all, give us your full name and where you're from.
Serge Tankian.
All right. This is Chris Ritchie from Durango, Colorado.
Heck
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Heck yeah.
How's the wildflowers out there, man?
I'm a bassing guide on Navajo Lake. Fish and Fungi is my guide service. I also guide mushroom trips, wild mushroom trips.
Heck yeah.
And
I follow you on Instagram, Holmes.
oh yeah. It's awesome out here. It's a beautiful place.
Okay, I'm in.
It's one of the premier mushroom hunting spots in the world.
Search
All right. So stop right there. So this is great because this is the chance where I get to learn a little bit. 'Cause I know of it, but I don't know the specifics, the details. Give me a little bit of that, because I don't know. Tell me. I come out with you. I want to get some mushrooms. Tell me about it. What happens?
Yeah, we just take a little hike in the woods, and we pick a whole bunch of mushrooms. I tell you what they are and which ones you can eat.
Yeah.
You know, which ones might hurt you.
Yeah.
But it's great. You know, every forest has its palette of mushrooms. So if you got some woods around you, go check it out. Go learn the mushrooms that live there.
Woods.
I love it.
So let me ask you, medicinally, and like I guess medicinally in terms of your immune system and boosting it, what mushroom would you say is most common in our country that is the best for your immune system?
Oh, that's a good question.
The easiest one is shiitake.
That's what I thought.
You know, that's in most grocery stores, and that one's got so many benefits. I really love lion's mane. If you like crab, seafood, you know, lion's mane and oyster mushrooms are really great seafood substitute type, you know, and really good for you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So,
it's crazy. I want to know more about this stuff. You know, here's the thing. I feel like, Dave, I'm being honest here. If you were like dropped in the wilderness and you had nothing, you would do okay. I feel like if I was dropped in the wilderness, I'd be fucked instantly. Like if I had a fishing rod or something, I could catch fish or whatever, but I don't know a lot of that stuff that I need to know about survival and
what
basics.
you can eat.
I would love to know more about that. You know what I mean? Like that's a missing thing for me in my life. I want to know more about this, you know? I really do.
Well, come on out, man. I can teach you about mycology, and then we can go catch some big smallmouth in Navajo Lake. It's so much fun. And the state record largemouth lake is right down the road here. 12.5 pounds, Colorado largemouth.
Wow. So you're about northern Colorado then, right?
Southwest.
Oh, wow.
Right,
Southwest.
Four Corners.
Wow.
Yeah, Four Corners.
Four Corners, yeah.
Okay.
Area.
Man. So you're an OG Ike Live viewer. What was your favorite episode, if you can remember? Or think
that's
of
a good one. That's a good question.
Yeah. You know, I love the Halloween episodes. I like when you guys get dressed up.
Yeah.
Bringing psychedelics.
You know, there's so many. I loved hearing you had one that was something like near death stories or something.
Yeah.
That was way back.
You remember that one? Dude, those were hitting hard. I couldn't believe some of those stories.
I would love to do those every single show and not talk about fishing at all. But
Ike Live is like survival school, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta watch Ike Live.
I would have a mushroom guru on for 3 straight hours like you.
No,
man.
I'm serious, bro. We always talk
I'm with
about
you.
this.
Yeah.
We always talk about this, like to get away totally from fishing, like
well,
totally.
not totally because my man Serge fishes.
Right.
We have that connection.
We never would have had him otherwise.
Yeah. Right. So we have that connection. So it's not totally away from
Right.
it. We're connected in that manner,
That's
but
right.
then we expand outward of it.
Yeah.
That's
and
how
I'm
it
happy
goes.
to answer all your mycology questions you want, but I actually had a fishing question for you guys.
Hit it.
Which
so
rod should I buy?
My buzz baits, they always turn up on the side. It doesn't matter what buzz bait, if it has a skirt, if it doesn't, what trailer, it doesn't matter. I try to tune it, and it always comes up on the side. It could be either side. Am I reeling too fast?
Explain your rig. What are you casting it on? What's your rig? Like, what's your rod, reel, and line?
Well, that's something I'm struggling with because it seems like a lot of these buzz baits are too light. Like, why are they only 1/4 or 3/8? You know, I feel like I can't get it out there.
But
So
what are you throwing
I
it
throw
on? Like
a spinning rod a lot, and you know, like I love these lunker lure buzz baits, but I've tried them all, man, and I just feel like it's turned up on its side, man.
Yeah.
I'd still catch a lot of fish on it. But
the lunker lures do have a tendency to turn on their side.
To roll.
It's a great buzz bait, but they do like to
What do
roll.
they want to go slow?
Yeah,
on
well,
that slow roll.
They want to chop.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. When they turn, I mean, I've had them turn when the wires aren't in line. Like that wire, if it comes off to the left or right, it'll turn it. So you have to make sure that wire form is straight with the head. But the other thing, I got to tell you something. You ready? And Dave will probably be pissed at me for this. I hardly ever, 90% of the time, I hardly ever throw a buzzbait anymore with a skirt on it.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you.
Huh.
I don't.
I believe it.
I mean, if it's like that little 1/8 ounce, John, we throw, I leave the skirt on that. But quarter, 3/8, half-ounce buzzbait, I'm throwing some. I tear the skirt off,
Rip that shit off.
and I'm throwing some kind of plastic. And the frogs, the nice thing about the frogs is that they're flat, right? So that flat frog helps it ride straight and doesn't turn.
Gets it on pad.
It gets it on pad real quick, and it runs true with the frog on it. You know.
I'm gonna go to a Dean. I'm gonna go out to a Pete Glusek. I was out on the water with him one day, right? And he has two different variations that he throws. He throws a big blade, a really big blade, right? And a lot of people don't talk about this, right? But then and a small blade, right, which is your normal blade, right? But the big blade actually allows you to actually turn the reel slower, and when you start moving that bait across the top of grass, you can actually fish slower, almost like you're flipping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, that big blade, right? And the other thing that you want to do is turn out the wings on your on the blade itself if you want to slow it down a little bit so it's not cupping so hard. Right? But the big blades, go get yourself a couple blades. You don't need a ton of them. You only need 2 or 3. But those big blades are freaking cool.
Big blades are good.
Yeah, they slow things down.
Yeah.
Can I ask you is your buzzbait question satisfied?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me ask you a mushroom question because I think I know how you're going to answer, and I'm almost there. Do you feel, in terms of evolution and survivability on this planet as an organism, mushrooms are more advanced than we are and far more sustainable?
Well, yeah. It appears that the mushrooms came first. Like they were the things most able to travel on meteorites and things like that, and survive in any type of, and it appears that, we share quite a bit of DNA with them.
What?
They're more closely related to the animals than the plants. The plants branched off somewhere and we kind of stayed with that main line from the fungi. So
yeah.
But yeah,
it doesn't matter. Either one.
They are the they get everything started, in terms of turning recycling carbon and getting the planet ready to grow other things.
And how they communicate with one another through earth roots and soil is rather fascinating. Also, I find that the most fascinating, that they can, what we would call telepathically, that's how they can communicate to one another through other plants' roots in the system. I find that the most fascinating.
Yo, Ronnie!
But
they're able to transport nutrient and water and all kinds of things across vast, plots of land.
Yeah. I love it, dude.
Mushrooms are absolutely freaking amazing creatures. I mean, I wouldn't call it creatures, but organisms, right? They actually make up literally like 70% of the organic material, or something like 65% of the.
It's a high percentage.
It's absolutely ridiculous, right?
Yeah, a great fisherman who really knows his mushrooms is Rick Clun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I'd love to have a conversation with him about that.
Clun.
Yeah, and his wife Melissa, they're really good mycologists. And
Power Bait Paul, look out!
US Open. It was an honor to fish against you, Mike, at the U.S. Open. I was just a co.
It was awesome. But, it's an awesome experience.
Got to meet Rick there.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, I'll be back out for that one. I'm like addicted to want to keep going and win that one eventually.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we gotta do a celebratory shot. Tin cup shot to my man right here.
Yeah. And this is to you because you are the guest of the night with the mushroom speak.
And that hat.
And the hat.
I don't even know what's going on.
We're toasting to you.
This is our micro dose.
Yeah.
This is our micro dose to you, man.
Micro dose of tin cup.
Yeah, we love you.
I didn't want to ask him an illicit.
Cheers.
Right?
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Ooh. I'll take one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Ooh.
My man.
Heck yeah. All right, Jake. Did we get an address?
Do we have his contact?
We're gonna get it.
We're getting your contact info for sure. You want a prize. If we don't have another good guest come on tonight, we're giving you all of it because you're the best guest.
The guy before Memphis.
Yeah.
Fucking
I ain't
Elvis.
got-
Elvis.
We got
I was
a
like,
couple
we're,
more.
We're 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah, between Elvis and the mushroom. I mean,
fuck yeah.
Elvis would have been 87 yesterday, just so you know. He wouldn't have been 100.
Yeah. With all.
All right, we got 2 more guests in the queue. Let's get them. Yo, dude, thanks for calling in tonight, man. It's
Yeah, good call,
good
bro.
to meet you.
Stevens, man.
I'd love to have a conversation with you at a bar.
Hey, real quick, what's your Instagram again?
It's Fish and Fungi.
Yes.
All one word.
I'm looking at that right now. I'm following you right now.
Like, you've made my top 5 of someone I'd like to have a beer with at a bar while I have my rude friends interrupting my intelligent questions.
Stop.
I really would, man.
How dare you?
I would love to be enlightened by you.
He gets my top 10 creative.
Dave could use some
right?
time with you to get him off the damn internet and
I'm
his
not on the
conspiracy
internet.
sites. Oh, stop it.
Come on out. You're retired, right, Dave?
No, I drive for UPS. I can't come out there.
We got 12 more years.
He can't even meet me at the lake, ever. We're working on it, man. But
you
he
have,
needs
you have to come out here and go to our 1 acre of forest to try to find me one mushroom to choke on.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bunch out there. I've done Massachusetts, upstate New York.
Oh, tell me about upstate New York.
Yeah, because that ain't where we're at. But
No, I go up there. I go up there every year.
Yeah, damn right.
I go up there squatching at least once a year, dude.
Yeah, I learned a lot of mushrooms up there. Albany area and same thing in the islands, Massachusetts islands, the Vineyard, and
What are your What are your thoughts on? What are your thoughts on Sasquatch, my friend? You're out there in the wild.
Right, yeah.
Hell yeah.
They eat mushrooms. If he's out there, he's eating mushrooms. I can
So
tell you
you've never
that.
had an encounter while wandering the forest aimlessly?
Not of a Sasquatch.
All right.
I mean, I've encountered a few other things, but
Dogman.
Right. Ask him if
UFOs? Any UFO sightings?
Oh, man, it's getting deep.
Yeah, I don't go down to Arizona very much. I think they're more in Arizona.
Arizona.
Huh.
Oh,
ever-
New Mexico.
You ever see?
Yeah, they're
You ever see Rich Tobler naked, shriveled up somewhere?
Who would want to?
I was just going to ask him if he dug sang. Right? No, that's like a thing in the hills of like Kentucky, Tennessee. If you
Hills
like
have eyes, you know.
dig ginseng.
Yeah,
If you
Zang.
dig sang.
No, I don't think
Oh,
they do Zang out in Colorado. It's a lot of.
No,
But I'm guaranteeing my dad probably fucking. My dad actually dug a lot of sang and
Really? Slinging sang?
singing sang.
All right, we got another guy on board
What?
here. We're gonna keep my man.
We're gonna add some.
We're gonna
do some adding.
We're keeping mushrooms on tit. And
All right.
Who do we got? Who we got, Jakey Jake?
We got Kelly Noller.
Kelly, how you doing tonight?
Hey, what's
Welcome,
going
Mike
on?
Live.
What's up?
Where
What's up?
Where you call from? Where you at tonight?
It's Pete's cousin.
Northern Missouri.
Northern Missouri.
I always like guys with the name Kelly. They always wear Jeff caps.
Yeah.
You like John.
Do you have you know what a Jeff cap is, Kelly?
I have no idea.
So a
What?
Jeff cap, like picture like in old movies where like cab drivers wore that weird looking hat that kind of came over the front. Like you know what I
Okay.
mean? No, they're cool hats.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain
It's
swag
like the
to-
news. It's like a newsboy cap from like the 20s and 30s.
Dude,
like
my
newsboys
dad
used to
had
wear.
like a jean Jeff cap.
Whoa.
And like he bought me one and insisted that like I would wear it like when
Wow.
I'd come
Jeff
over there on
caps
the
are chosen,
weekends,
man.
dude. But it was a jean one and had a pocket on it, dude. Like
I
a
like
tiny.
that.
Like you could put maybe like a Hubba Bubba in there. Like,
All
I'm
right,
not-
here's
Or a joint.
Let me tell you the thing about Northern Missouri, though. In Northern Missouri, people think like the weather's cold here, right? I'm like, where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. Oh, it must be cold there. It's freezing. I'm like,
Fucking cold at
it's-
night.
Well, tonight it's cold, but I'm like, actually, it's not that bad in New Jersey most of the time.
It's like 20
we
out
gotta
there
go.
right now.
But Northern Missouri, that's cold. You get cold weather
It's-
there.
But cold.
Yeah.
But
What,
cold. I
what
mean,
is
it's
it right
just
now?
Phone says 10.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Colder in Northern Missouri
What the fuck?
than it is in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's 17 right here.
That's what I'm saying.
I believe that.
Goddamn.
He's in the plains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's
There's no mountain freaking like fucking shit up.
All
No,
right.
there's no building.
How many? I gotta ask you another question. How many wiggle warts do you own?
Probably 10.
Wow.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
you want to barter with them?
No.
Like, what are they worth to you?
I
Like that
love
Iaconelli could part with.
I love wiggle warts, man.
He could part with an entire garage
Now,
for
but,
some of
but,
them.
but wait a minute. The question is, are
Well,
they?
I tell you what, Ike, you come and go fishing, and if we have a fish off,
Yeah.
whoever has the biggest bass,
You're gonna
we'll put
lose.
We'll
I'm
make
gonna
a
just say.
pot. We'll make a pot, okay? And if you can beat me out of them in my water, then you can have them. How about that?
All right.
Now, Mike, as rare as wiggleworts are,
Old wiggleworts. Now.
old
We're talking
wiggleworts
old
in
wiggleworts.
good condition.
Good condition.
Not some shit that bounced
Yeah.
off the train
Yeah,
trestle.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you go out to are they worth that much to you to go out to Missouri and put like a top line Abu combo on the line for all his wiggleworts?
Oh, I would send if they were good old wiggleworts, right? I'm just telling this right now. If they were good old wiggleworts, I would absolutely trade a rod and reel right now for 10 good old wiggleworts.
I'd break all these.
100%. I
Man,
would. Right
dude, I
now.
would just settle
Right
for an
now.
autograph
I would.
Mike,
Oh yeah.
on a shirt probably.
Yeah.
Don't take the deal.
Yeah, don't take it.
Don't take.
You could do better in the open market, buddy.
I can tell, yeah.
I know.
Ike's going to send you one of them white Abus with a reel that you're not sure if it's got a fish on the other end or it's broke.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's a Hollywood agent fucking deal right there, dude.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. But I'll tell you this, though. They do.
That would be a Hollywood agent deal right
Jake,
there.
this is a good question for you because you do a lot of buying and selling of tackle. And
That's right.
You've had a lot of old stuff come your way, but the old wiggleworts, I watch them on eBay a lot. Dude, I'm talking 30, 50. I've seen them go for $80 to $100 in the right
$100,
condition, in the right color. You know, like the wigglework
Shad
guys.
print.
Yeah, dude, they know they know the numbers. It's like G5 crawl 928 G faded. You know, like they know all the crazy shit. You know, but dude, they're pricey. They're pricey,
No, but
man.
speaking of like antique and fishing, you got to check this out, man. This is probably my favorite.
Bring 'em on the
Wait,
big
you gotta bring it up so we can see it.
Right here.
Hold on, dude, because we got to get you on the
Brian
big
Carpenter,
screen.
can you zoom that in? Like
Yeah,
Yeah, zoom this in so we can see
They're
this.
working on it.
We bow to.
Chalk Demon's got his fingers moving.
Can you see it?
Just bring it in.
Look at them. Look at them old school boxes that lures came in.
Heck yeah! Look at that.
Is that your glove box? Where we at?
What are we
Yeah,
looking
man.
at?
No, I'm in my RV.
That's like the Lance
you
Camper.
are, dude. He is in an
Oh
RV.
yeah, I
thought
was
he
just gonna
was-
say Lance Camper.
I thought he was in a crawl space.
No,
yeah.
no.
That's dope, dude.
No.
Oh, no,
Good
no.
for
Go back
you,
to it. Go
man.
back to it, buddy. Go back to it. So,
Yeah, please
All right,
go
you
back
got-
to your
hold on,
display,
hold on,
man.
here.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Where did they come?
You got Pawpaw, CB,
Any lazy Ikes?
Lazy Ike.
He's on the couch.
I have a few of them.
ignorant bastard.
Wow,
South Bend,
man. I'm impressed, bro.
That's awesome.
Bomber.
Good job on these callers. Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Where did these come from?
They're just ones that I picked up. Some are from my
Social expert.
my
the Brian is.
great grandfather, my grandfather and father.
They're awesome, man.
Oh,
Very nice,
yeah,
man.
Love
yeah,
them.
man.
That's crazy. I love that history, man. The old
Yeah.
fishing stuff. I love seeing that, man. Very cool.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about.
I appreciate
you know-
your passion for it, dude.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish
very cool, man.
I cared.
Oh, you have no idea. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm always looking on eBay because you can come across some good old lures and stuff, and stuff that I can hand down to my kids and take them fishing, and tell them a story about it. Well,
Yeah.
your great granddad used this when I was your age, and we caught a bunch of fish that day, and just keep that going. Try to get these kids off the internet and get them butts out of the chair and outside.
Yeah, I know.
Hell yeah.
But that's one thing that my boys enjoy. They enjoy getting on the boat with me and catching fish, and they love eating it too. So, it's I can't fathom the youngsters nowadays that haven't been brought up in, I want to say, the old ways.
Yeah, I
'cause
agree, man.
That was one thing that we were taught when we were small. And how to fish, how to fillet and cook, and it's just a lot of things that used to be have kind of gone by the wayside. And,
Well, how old are your boys?
he is 15 and the other one's 12.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Man, like all we can do is just teach our kids, right? Like I hear what you're saying, and you're right. But I mean, we could just pass it on to our kids, and you know, you can't fix the whole world, but you're right.
You can't.
Brian, you said it best on all of our conversations. Like it either bites you or it doesn't.
Oh, as far as fishing goes?
Yeah, like my son could care less. Like right now,
Same.
he's having a sleepover, and they're probably in the basement on the mats with the boxing gloves fighting. But they're not. They don't. None of them care about going out and fishing or going out in the woods and walking around or anything like
That's
that.
good.
They're
because,
not bit by it.
Good because fishing sucks around here, and we don't.
No,
eat that on the lakes.
you know what I'm saying, man.
No,
like,
I do. I honestly, I do, and neither of mine did. You know what
No,
I mean?
I know.
You know, I thought my kids needed to fish, and as a young dad, and I learned that they didn't. You know, they just didn't take to it. You know, of course, but Mike's different. Like people always followed Mike.
But
and
look
of
how
course
far.
of course, his son's going to.
But his
just
son's
follow.
also out here where there's no one around. He don't have a kid's house to go to. Like
Oh, he
right
does
there
live
or
on a
there or
lake,
there, you know?
but he is like Vegas is all in.
No, he's all bought in.
Yeah, my
true
kids will be
believer.
like, yeah, screw that.
But I love the fact that Logan is a creative man. And
Well,
he's,
yeah, they
he's
found
gonna
their own
be-
thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
you
don't
know
have
what
any
I mean?
complaints.
You find it.
I got no
You know
complaints.
what I mean?
They found their own
mean?
thing.
First chair on the bassoon, man. Come
yeah,
on.
I'm just saying he's a creative, right? And
I'm not
me,
complaining.
Me being
No,
a
we
creative
know it.
and understanding that, and going back to something that you said to me years ago, is like, basically you said that is like, you told me, well, I can't even freaking.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm
John,
just saying.
that sounds like something I would have said.
Yeah, but no. Basically, Brian actually said years ago, right? And he was like, you know, he understood me more than anybody else years ago, right? And he said, "It's like you're unassumed or less understood creative," and it got me to where I am today. So, that being said, Brian actually has a great brain, and he puts it in perspective.
Thanks, man.
He does have a good brain.
Yeah.
That's very nice, John.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Right?
I do want to.
And I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, right, without understanding great people around me, right? So if you put Dave in perspective, right, he actually, was very understanding. Mike, very career driven.
Dave chopping trolling motors down to 3 inches.
But no. Dude, the 5 guys that are in our crew,
for real.
right?
Yeah.
Right, and I got a couple other guys too, that in the years, right. But Brian understood that creatives, need push, right. Mike is one of those guys that is like a really good striver for excellence, and I need he's like the Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Of bass fishing.
Nothing's
It's
good
strive,
enough.
dude.
Yeah, and
it's like I compare Mike to like Britney Spears or Madonna, right?
No, you couldn't
no,
even.
seriously.
I'm
Listen,
crazy.
Neither one of them could sing
He's
a
got the
fucking
hair
lick,
for it.
right?
I cry.
Neither one of them could sing,
I dance weird.
but they both dominated.
Right? No, I look at Mike
and
work
Mike-
harder than anybody else.
Exactly.
Like
It was
Michael
just
Jordan,
determination.
right?
He's got the Britney Spears
Right.
haircut going on right now.
So
right.
it's like, dude,
I love you, man.
I got to a point in my life where I'm really good at my career.
Our guests are like,
and
what
I'm
the
really,
fuck's going on?
yeah, you have no idea. It's like that 4 hours kicked in,
Yeah.
right, 7 minutes ago, right?
That's
And,
scary.
but
This is why the office said we got to keep it to 2 hours.
yeah,
John McGraw, this is your life.
right? Nah, but then we look at Pep, right? And he's the guy who freaking actually did a lot of great things, and I love you, Brian, for that one.
Now, Ike, I do have one.
Oh,
piece of
thanks.
memorabilia.
A little interjection.
Yeah.
Have you signed? Okay, you've got to sign this, man. Now check this out. I don't know if you can see that.
We're gonna bring you up on a big screen, buddy. Stand
I
by.
can't stand it.
Remember that shirt?
Stand by.
All right.
Bring it closer.
Closer.
My-
Oh,
that's
heck
a
yeah.
Toyota.
Heck yeah. I know that shirt.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right there.
That's
No,
old
that's
school,
a Yamaha
man.
one. That's a Yamaha one.
That is.
Wow.
Look at you, dude. You're
Where-
like,
Where'd you
young.
find that thing at?
Actually, I think this is one I found off of eBay for real.
Wow, that's
For real.
crazy old. That's awesome.
Isn't it? I love it, man.
Man, that's cool.
We
I
have
had
never
s-
had back-to-back callers that I would want to have a beer with.
I know. I know.
Right?
This dude's
It's
awesome.
No, I want to go like microdose with friggin' the friggin' Colorado guy and fucking have a beer,
You wanna go get-
right? And I want to have Rick Clun actually sit there with me and friggin' like talk about.
You want to
like, you know-
pontificate life in a lean-to with Serge
not
up in Colorado.
on a teepee, dude.
And a teepee,
Fuck.
yeah. No,
But
teepee
talk
would
about
be
how like Custer friggin' killed everybody.
right,
you know what I mean?
Custer.
Killed
Hold on.
and it was like the
Listen,
downturn and everything.
All right, hold on, everybody. Let's bring it back in with the Bass Fishing Podcast we're doing right here, and we got one more guest jumping in. Who we got here, Jake?
Looks like Kevin Short's brother.
Kevin.
Heck yeah.
Dr. Short.
Has he got glasses on?
Unmute.
Dr. Short.
I don't think he's talking.
You muted, Ronnie.
I think he's just doing abstract art.
Ain't
There
nothing
he
wrong with that.
Give us a name.
Oh, just muted. Jake, work on that.
Yeah.
There was no way we were going to get three.
No,
in a row.
I was going to
We
say,
should've done
no,
that.
we got two good ones. I was going to say, somewhere in that conversation.
We're not dead yet, but go ahead.
Let me tell you this. Somewhere in that conversation, I can't remember who said it. They're talking about cleaning fish. So I caught trout on New Year's Day, and Vegas.
On New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Day.
On New
They
Year's Eve.
celebrated New Year's Eve on New Year's Day.
On New Year's Day is when I caught the trout.
That's freaking strong.
And dude, me and Vegas cleaned them, and so I taught Vegas how to clean the trout. So it was cool. So we're freaking gutting these trout, and we checked the stomach contents of all of them, just because it's like fun.
Oh, the pellets.
Dude, every one of them had rocks. So this time of the year, they're like picking up stuff on the bottom,
Yeah.
and it's like little gravel, dude. And so their stomachs loaded with gravel, and then occasionally there'd be like a bug or like a nymph, and then but the whole stomach
What a
is
miserable life.
gravel, dude. It's like actual like rocks from the bottom of the stream, and
Poor
they're able to
things.
pass that. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's super crazy,
Evolutionary, bro.
Yeah, they all had roe too. They were all females. Everyone we caught. We had brown trout and rainbow trout, and they were all
How'd
females.
you cook them?
Jake, do we got a name on the new caller?
Did
Rizio.
Panko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, caller, buddy, you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
We got him.
We see his face.
Highlight that one, Jakey.
Give us a name.
Jim Harding.
Hey, Jim, how you doing tonight? Where are you from?
Right now with the Lake of the Ozarks.
Lake
Lake
of the
of
Ozarks.
Ozarks.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that where you're from? You from around there?
From Branson, Table Rock Lake.
Branson, Missouri. All right.
All right, how many wiggle worts you have you want to give me? I'm serious.
I see you got Pete's headset.
All right, so
Did it freeze up?
Now we're good.
Go ahead.
What's your name again, ma'am?
Jim Harding.
Jim Harding. All right.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jim?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys and
We lost that last bit, Ben.
it's good to see you guys, and thanks for the entertainment.
Uh-huh.
Oh, heck yeah.
Thanks for
That's
coming on,
awesome.
Jim.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. How's the fishing?
It's real good. Lake of the Ozarks is good. It has its days, and they've been catching a lot of big bass, and then the area rivers are real good right now.
So-
Smallmouth.
Yeah.
So do you the show Ozark, is that like kind of indicative of where you live?
A lot of people ask that, but if you get in the hills around here, I'm sure you can find some of it.
Bri, is the Jersey Shore show indicative of where you live?
So
No, but indicative of the Jersey Shore, which is an hour away. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Depends what part of the Jersey Shore, though. It's
I-
indicative of Wildwood, but it's not indicative of Stone Harbor or indicative of
It's all
Cape
indicative.
May.
It's all indicative. Fuck the Jersey Shore, dude.
Nah, Jersey Shore's great.
No, it's not.
I like
No,
Jersey
it
Shore.
absolutely blows.
What?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's
No, it's
terrible.
not.
No, it's terrible.
What's wrong with it?
It's the worst.
Everybody from Montreal to Philadelphia goes to the Jersey Shore and F them all.
Nah.
It sucks.
Nah,
Dave,
you're
how's the
lu-
Jersey
you're-
Shore, bro?
You're lumping them too many people together there. That's what I mean. You're lumping too many people together.
It's just, you know.
So what's your favorite
You play
bait,
the
Jim?
odds. You play the odds, and
What-
like, do you
We
really? Hold on a second,
So
John.
before
I'm in
COVID-
the middle of something here. So how often do you want to go? No, not your wife or your kids say we have to go to Jersey. How often do you want to go to the Jersey Shore?
Well,
Okay, never. Same here.
well, no. But hey, let me tell you this though. Last year and this year, I was dumbfounded. I would use that word by the fishing at the Jersey Shore, inside, not outside.
So I took.
The
You
Bayside?
saw the night I had.
Unbelievable.
Valdez put us on that shark
Unbelievable.
bite.
In my opinion, like a huge kept secret. That's I don't think secret anymore. But dude, I've never seen anything like it. Like I mean, flounder, striper, tog.
You saw the shark and
sheep's head.
Dude, you got blasted all over the saltwater page, just so you know.
I know I did.
Did he?
I heard
Oh
that.
yeah, they were like, oh look at this rat boat down here fishing off of this pier. Oh, we all know where that's at. yo, like burning down another one.
Oh, I know. I heard a lot of people were mad. Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
saltwater's worse than freshwater.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I believe it. It's
Yeah.
bigger money.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a lot. No, it's a lot bigger money.
I mean, like the hate that he got for burning the Jersey Shore is worse than Keith burning Newton. You know what I mean? Keith Cowan, that is.
Keith Cowan burning Shaw's Mill.
All of it.
Dude, that's like Gloucester County freaking like inventing the world.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Do you
really,
agree, my
yeah.
man? He agrees.
Yeah. Without a doubt, dude. Like when 75% of the freaking Earth's is like water, and we were talking about
Water.
Newton Creek.
Water.
Water. I didn't get it right.
so
Hey Jim, where'd Jim go?
He's there.
Man, I still got this wig on.
I took mine off.
I know.
Who's
You got your face tattoo still.
That's all right. I'm gonna ride home with it.
It looks
I'm
good.
Riding dirty.
I'm gonna
Well, leave
crash
it.
out, man.
You gonna wear it to get home to Mel?
Yes.
You should.
Fresh out of prison.
What the hell she gonna say when you walk in with a face tattoo?
What's up, lady?
What's up, lady? Yo, so let's just say that we've been at this for way too long. We're probably all going to get hollered at by the office.
Yeah,
a
we're
bunch
gonna
of
get
people that never saw the show in their life. But we have 4 people here on the Zoom.
Yep.
Another guy jumping in. Let's just thank everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank. I do want to thank the callers. Thank you guys for calling in. We're going to get everybody a prize. If you make sure, please give your information. Send it to Jake somehow. And we'll get you a prize. We'll get you some. We got some great stuff laying around.
Yeah.
We got jewelry with diamonds. Who knows?
Jewelry.
We
Dave's
got
teeth.
we got grills. We got grills that have spittle in them. We'll send you
Jewelry.
something. Got this really cool mustache comb that I've been using all night.
Hasn't been using it on his balls at all.
No, I didn't use it on mine. I used it on my mustache. Use it on my
bring them
balls.
all in, Jake.
Thank you guys for calling in. Appreciate that. And on top of that, Dave, I want to thank our guest tonight. We had some
enjoyed
great guests.
Oh.
Of course, Power Bay Paul. We had
Yes.
Matt Airy come on. And last but not least, the hit of the show tonight, Dem Belmar Boys came on tonight on the show.
Yes,
in
and they'll
studio.
never be back
They'll
again.
never be back.
Becky, if you're watching, which I know you're not, because you would never allow this shit to happen. Don't lie to me, Beck. You're not watching.
We got a better chance of seeing Lamont again. Right? Remember? What was that character? Yeah, we had a better chance of that. Remember that one?
No.
I'll tell you after.
Okay. Yeah, you know about
No, I
from
forget
Fred
the name.
Sanford?
I forget the name,
It wasn't
dude.
Lamont. It
No.
was something else. It was something else. Also, want to thank Pete Glusick, was on the show with us tonight. John McGraw, happy birthday, John. Dave Brodzik in the house with us. Of
I'm
course,
old head.
Jake and Brian DeCarpenter hold down the fort. I want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in tonight. Anybody know if the Eagles won, by the way?
No, I don't
They were
care.
getting
I don't want to know.
They're getting
Doesn't
blown
matter.
out 51-26.
Are they?
I want to.
Congratulations to Dallas for blowing the Eagles out. We
Hey,
got no
congratulations if you wasted your time watching. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
I really just want to talk to Mushroom Guy more.
I know.
Yeah,
dude. Well, we can,
wait,
we can
we
kill
got-
the show and have
Yeah,
and just
just-
have a Skype
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
We got new mushroom
Zoom.
guy just popped in.
I'm
New
down.
Mushroom
Oh, heck yeah.
Go grab a drink.
Look at him.
Heck yeah. all over the place.
What is he falling on?
All right, cool.
What's
well,
up?
it was a good show, Brad. What do you think?
Yeah.
Cool.
I love.
I agree.
All right.
We got anything to roll out to, Jake?
right.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got to give away a prize. Hold on. We got to give away this.
Well, who got the mystery?
We have a Facebook like and share contest that we did all night, and hopefully you participate in that. And our winner of the Facebook like and share contest is
Greg Lyko from South Carolina.
Greg Lyko. Congratulations. You're our Facebook like and share
Not
winner.
Chris from New York.
Yeah. How many times?
Wait,
did
hold
Chris
on.
win?
My homeboy's got some dogs. Highlight that, Jake. We got dogs.
What, like hot dogs?
No. Yeah.
Oh, that's Steve. No, that's not Steve.
No, they're German
I miss
Shorthairs.
Steve.
Oh.
The movie German Short
All
Hairs.
right. This is why the broads downstairs tell us to shut the show off.
Exactly. This is a good spin.
Who's the new guest?
That's a nice blade.
Wow.
Emmett Luck.
Emmett Luck.
Emmett.
Oh,
Emmett
okay.
Luck.
Yeah.
Emmett Luck.
Oh, is that what man Luck?
That dog's you get some
Dude,
flea,
that actually
flea
turned
collars on that one dog. Look at him scratching his face.
Dude, look at that
spinnerbait, right?
The wire's a
I know
little
who this
stiff,
is.
though, don't you think?
All right.
I like that small
Wire's a
blade.
bit stiff. I like the looks of it, but I think
like
the
the small
wire's a little
blade
stiff.
Can I see it?
On the river.
You feel that wire, though. Feels thick.
It's a river bait. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's
Like
a
a little
heavier
thinner
bait
wire
with
than
a
that.
smaller blade.
Mike,
That's
say
a
good night.
pretty big
You want to
hook.
say goodbye to everybody?
No,
Mike?
I just did 20 times.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
If you waited to the very end, counterattack Riverside.